Jim, what type of techniques could you offer for me today that I could use in a very bad situation?
Well, first of all, Roger, I do have favorite techniques, like we all do. And the thing about my favorite techniques is that being a smaller guy is not always a disadvantage, because I'm the smallest guy in my family. I'm the youngest guy in my family. When I grew up fighting bigger people all the time that kept messing with me. They weighed more, they were taller. And one of the things I found out that you can generate more power going up than you can going down. So one of the things I've always done is kind of lower my silhouette, much like we do in our, on our DVD series, as we get in our little crash position, because I just crash into people. One of my very first and favorite techniques has always been a headbutt. I mean, I love to catch people with their mouth open, talking, and catch them with a headbutt. And that's typically when it's gone to that point where there's no way out of this fight. He may not have thrown his hands up yet, but some people, and you have to be aware that with some people, when and where they're probably going to attack you. Now, you have to be able to read their body signs, right? I mean, if a guy's just standing here like this, I'm not sure. But if he's as close as Roger, as you are to me right now.
Right, and
back in Philly, I used to have this, what they call a gaucho punch. Guys will get in here because they don't, first of all, the closer you get, you can't see the hands. It's very difficult. The closer you get, it's hard to see the hands. You don't know what may come out.
Right.
Right? I mean, typically I'm going to conceal or teach you guys how to conceal weapons all over. As I love a spike. If I can just come out here and rip you in the groin, I will. And by you leaning forward, I'm just going to run my head straight into yours. And the reason I like that, because the crown bone is the thickest bone in the human body. And you can do a lot of damage. I've done it. I've hit guys in the face so hard, it shattered their nose, broke their cheekbones. I've cracked their jaw, lower jaws, knocked them off the hinges. I don't want to go crown bone to crown bone like this.
Right.
I want to get down low. It works out well for you. And if a guy's really tall, taller than anyone else, then you want to cause a reaction for him to bend. One of the ways I've always been able to set up my headbutts in a scenario where the guy's closer than the comfort zone where I really want him to be, but I want him to bend a little bit so I can get to him. But I know when he's going to bend, I've already got a time and plan out, I'm going to headbutt him, so the decision's already there. So they have the old groin flick, like this. Oh, they already bent. Your hands, no matter how tall the guys, hang right where a guy's testicles hang,
Right.
That's we're different heights. His hangs where mine does, mine hangs where his does. And we can line anybody else up in the room, and it's going to be the same way. So he's closer than I want him to be, and that's where people get all bold anyway. They're up here in your face, they're doing that, boom, flick here, bang with the headbutt. So I would say, Roger, first technique for me is a headbutt.
Yeah, now if I was going to throw the headbutt, especially if you're taller and I'm a lot shorter, do I want to drive up into him? Do I want to just try to distract him and pull him down first? What if
you want to try to get him where you can headbutt him somewhere from the eyes to the chin.
Right.
So and you don't really want to come up under a guy. The only time I would come up under a guy is to get him to lean and then come over top with an elbow or a right hand or something. I want to, get him uncomfortable where he's lifting his head up. I'm headbutting, I want to crash right into you. I want to use my head as a battering ram, right? As a battering ram. So I want to flick and then bang, just like that. And if he bends, then you know what? I'll catch him in the temple, the side of the head. Hell, if necessary, I'll split his head open if I have it in me. Because I'm going to bring all I have when I throw that headbutt.
Right.
So you're here, you practice, you go right to the inside of the thigh, right?
Okay.
And you go, boom, the guy bends, and you slant, you bang, right? And you focus. You try to run it into his teeth, his nose, his eyes, chin. And that's the best way to throw a headbutt. So headbutt inside of an arm's distance is really one of my favorite techniques.
Hey, it's Jimbo here with another tip. Okay, this one's a little gory, but in a life and death struggle, you'll need to know this because people get robbed, beaten, and killed every day. For the last 25 years, I've worked with experienced street fighters and U.S. Special Forces who've seen a lot of bloody combat. One Green Beret buddy of mine was telling me about the time he witnessed a man who was hacked to death by an opponent wielding a machete. What my friend found shocking was that the victim didn't even try to fight back. He just froze up in place and then soon afterwards was killed. Okay, this so-called brain freeze is actually quite common in deadly combat, and so we put together a video to help you with a couple of things. Number one, how to avoid freezing up in a potentially lethal confrontation. And number two, you'll discover a handful of simple military moves that can kill a man using nothing but your bare hands. The moves you'll discover are brutal and lethal. I would show them to you right now, but this lethal lesson has been banned from this platform. If I showed it to you here, they would shut down this channel for sure. So I hosted the video on a different platform. It's free. You can get to the link in the description right now to get it for free. Get there now. Yeah, it's brutal, but when your life is on the line, this is priceless stuff. Okay, let's move on to our next tip.
In this first technique, we're going to start out with a very simple anatomy discussion here. I'm going to show you, this is bony structure right here. From this space down to here, where the top of the bone is, there's a little vacant area in here, a little hole. We're going to use this finger as a striking object and against the chokehold, and you need to follow very carefully. This technique, you do not hold it straight like a stick and push it straight in. Okay? It's a difficult target to attack that way, and the probability factor is way off because of the tiny point you have to hit. You use your hand like this finger a little bit curved. Okay? You attack here, you push in and go straight down. Okay? From a chokehold.
Okay, now one thing we're going to also say here, when I grab him to choke him, one of the misconceptions when I teach is somebody grabs you like and chokes like this. People don't choke like that. People choke like this.
Come on up. We're going to go slowly on this one. He's not going to choke me nearly as hard this time while we talk slowly. Put the choke on. Okay, you're being left open here. You have at least 1.5 seconds before, even if they're pressing in on the arteries and choking off your blood supply, you have 1 to 1.5 seconds. You don't have to hurry that much. You push in, the finger's a little curved, and you push straight in to start, curve it straight down. You can hold the person in the position. I let off right now. I've let off to hold. You try and stand up. He stays right back down. It's a controlling hold we want you to use it for. You put the person down, use a knee to the face, turn and go. You've conquered this confrontation. Okay, come on. One more time. Choke.
Full bore.
Choke. Hold on. This time, his shirt, come on, back up in the way. We're going to show this. Because the shirt got in the way this time, doesn't stop the technique. It doesn't matter. As long as you're not trying to poke straight in, you will miss the target that too many times. If you curve it down like this, it's easier to hit the target. You use the bottom of this bone here as a guide to get in.
Thanks for watching our video lessons here at TRS Direct. Hit the like button.
Here are 3 self-defense moves that you must know if you're 60 or older. All right, the first self-defense move that we have right here for people who are 60 and over is what we call an eye jab. Now, when I talk about an eye jab, I got a lot of people to look at me weird, like, what are we talking about, a Three Stooges move or something like that? No, all I want to do is make sure that we use a target that's going to affect anybody, regardless of how big or strong they are. You know, if I have Casey over here, who's obviously a bigger guy than I am, if we just start to slug it out right here, punch for punch, he's going to have a huge advantage. So how we can equalize that advantage a little bit is using a very vulnerable target like the eyes. So if I poke him in his eyes right here, that's going to evoke a reaction of him shutting his eyes, grabbing his eyes, moving back, whatever it is. At that point, I can either escape or follow up with more moves. How we do the eye jab is very important. We're not talking about chopping the eyes, all right? I'm not talking about maybe just hitting them with a punch. Extend your fingers out, but use them flexibly. All I mean that is that we're flicking them just like this. Okay, now obviously I'm hitting more around this end. I don't want to hurt Casey, but all we're doing is we're flicking right here just like this. Notice I'm stepping in as well, but I'm extending. I'm just not coming out and acting robotic. I want to use my arm in a very flexible sense right here. So as I do that, I'm flicking, I'm whipping, and that's what we want for this eye jab move. The second move that we have right here is an ear slap. Now the ear slap is done where we cup our hands slightly, but we use our arm as more of a bat. And all I mean by that is we're gonna straighten this thing out. It's not a slap like I would do right here like you might see in the soap operas, so I'm not coming in here and just slapping here like this. I'm extending my arm, I'm cupping my hand, I'm using my whole body to come over and slap the ear just like this. What is that doing? It's gonna discombobulate this person by going ahead, popping in their ear right there and throwing them off. At that point, as I always said, just like with the eye jab, we can either escape or we can follow up with more moves. But it's very important that we get this movement down. I'm just not using my arm, I'm using the whole body as I slap right here. That's what we're focusing on. The third move that I have for anybody who is 16 over is what we call the foot stomp. Now, aside from the two high line tools that we just did, the eye jab and the ear slap, we now have a low line tool. The reason I like this is that it doesn't matter how short you are, how tall or big someone else is who's attacking you. We're attacking someone's low line and we're using, as we always say, a very vulnerable target, and that is a key right here. The arch of the foot is a very, very vulnerable target. Now, most people say it only takes about 8 or 10 pounds of pressure to break that arch, so we want to use that to our advantage. If I have Casey out here, he's going to extend his foot just right here, and all I would do is I would just stomp on this target just like this. Now notice I'm using a little bit more of my heel. The reason why I'm using my heel and not my instep is that the heel is much more structured, and that's more of the force is coming down. On the other hand, if I use my instep, well, think about it. I'm kind of using my arch up against this arch. We want the most force possible. I want to use his vulnerable arch up against my stronger heel. Now, as we do this move, we're not just stepping on it, we are stomping. In order to get that stomp in, we need to make sure that we raise the knee and drop it down as hard as we can in order to really take that target out. So there we go, the foot stomp. Now we have those 3 different moves, and I would love to say, watch this video, you're safe. But it all comes down to making sure that you are training. I always say there's more than one ways that we can train, and I like to focus on just these 3 in this video right here. The first way is that we have up against what I call air. All we're doing is, whether we're talking about our eye jab or the ear slap or even the foot stomp right here, we simply work them against air. You know, just going through the movement is very, very valuable. What is not valuable is just watching something on a screen, all right, like let's say this video, and thinking that your body can do the move. We need to make sure that our body does do the move and does it for several reps. So what I would encourage you guys to do is maybe just start on 10 reps, 10 eye jabs, and then we want to go through 10 ear slaps and then 10 foot stomps. Make sure we do both sides as well, because if someone grabs my arm right here, well, guess what? I may only have my left to do the ear slap with. If someone grabs my left arm, I only have my right arm to do the ear slap with. So we want to make sure that we can do these moves with both sides right here. But that's what I talk about doing it up on air. Once we get up to 10 reps, maybe the next workout, we double that. We go for 20 reps per side. I guarantee you get up to 50 reps per side, and man, that is a challenge you definitely want to take. The second way that we can go ahead and train is not just through working through air, but actually now hitting a target. This is very, very valuable because it's important to make sure that we know what it feels like to hit a particular target. So whether we're doing our eye jab right here or an ear slap, obviously a foot stomp would look like something like this, but doing it up against something that we can strike is very, very useful, because we are not only teaching our body what it feels like to strike these targets, but we're also working things like timing and distancing and things like that that are very, very important. Think about it. If you don't have your distancing down, you're going to be ear slapping somebody, well, right in front of their face. You're going to miss your target. But if I get used to knowing how far I have to be from somebody in order to hit them with any of these tools, well, as we say, it's very, very valuable. And if you can work this into a nice little workout, whether it be a cool down or a warm up or something like that, well, then once again, your workout became that much more useful to you in the real world. So out of the 3 methods, we have working against air, working against a bag of some sort, and then last but not least, we're going to combine the best of those 2 previous methods by bringing in Casey with a pad. The reason I like this so much is because we are moving around like we can do like we're working against air, but now we're hitting a target just like we did when we're hitting a heavy bag. bag. You're kind of, like I said, getting the best of both worlds right here. Using a partner here, whether it be your grandchild or your child or maybe a friend who can hold the pad, that gives you now the ability to move around, and they're gonna throw up what target. You're not gonna know what kind of target that is gonna be open or they want you to hit until that pad goes somewhere. Let's go through these 3 moves once again. We have an eye jab, which is just looking like this, an ear slap, which looks like this, and then last but not least, a foot stomp, which looks like this. Now, what Casey can do to make this not only a little bit more of a workout, but also a little bit more functional, he's gonna move around and simply just hold the pad up in one of those 3 ways, either for an eye jab, an ear slap, or a foot stomp right there, okay? And I just simply reply with whatever technique is gonna take care of that target. So as he moves around a little bit, he throws up a move here, and that's my eye jab. Maybe move around a little bit, and that's my ear slap. Move around a little bit, maybe he comes down for the foot stomp. My point is that we get variety in here, and I'm just reacting to wherever the target is open. That is very, very useful because once again, when you talk about a real life altercation, your heart's beating out of your chest, we don't know where the target's gonna be open until it actually happens, and this will prepare you for that. If you'd like simple moves like this, please check out the description. There's a great link. Hey seniors, if you guys want a 1-2 self-defense combo that's gonna save your life in any kind of dangerous situation, you wanna make sure you guys check this video out. What I'm gonna cover today is a combo that's gonna happen on the high line. What I mean is we're going to strike a person in the face with 2 moves that are gonna be very, very important. Now, this kind of combo comes from a situation that I taught one of my students who was leaving church one day. He started telling me the story and I was floored because he came back from church, was in obviously a good mood, but stopped at a gas station. This person came up to him being very, very threatening, but was not engaging. This person had to think, what am I supposed to do right there? Am I supposed to engage? Am I supposed to hit this person? Should I back on off? The person really wasn't giving them a whole lot of space. You know, this person was pumping their gas. He was up against his car, so he couldn't move back. He was in this static position here, and he couldn't move back and escape the situation, which would ideally be my first choice. So in this combination, I want to teach you what to do when we're in that situation that we can't get out of. We can't move out of very quickly, but yet we're having somebody staying in front of us, being threatening, but once again, they're not necessarily attacking us. I like this combination because the first move here is a palm strike, and we're going to use the palm strike in a way where we blind the person temporarily, and we blind them not necessarily by attacking their eyes. We do so by getting our hand in their line of sight. If I bring Casey right here, if I strike this person with a move right here, think about it. I'm taking away their sight without really even doing damage to their eyes, right? By striking them right here, I'm using my hands to cover their eyes, so they don't know the next move that's happening. So now if we put the pad right here, when we do the palm strike, keep your fingers open right here. There's 2 different ways that I really teach a palm strike. The first way is to keep your fingers extended, and the second way is to keep your fingers bent in like this. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna use the first variation of this is keeping our fingers out and extended just like this. So notice when I strike somebody, even if I'm hitting, let's say, their mouth or their nose, my fingers are blinding them temporarily, right? They're obviously getting struck in the face, so I can tell you what, their eyes are gonna be watering, right? Okay, their nose is gonna feel like it's gonna start bleeding and things like that, which is great. I want to physically blind them just for a second or 2 because of the next tool, and I'll get to that in a second. The palm strike that we want here is just done with the heel of our palm, and I'm striking up just like this. But notice I'm not moving around, and even more so, just like the student I was talking about before, they're backed up against the car, they're squared on off. We're not even in a bladed stance just like this, which I teach my students to do because you want to protect yourself, right? Okay, this person was squared off just like this. So now what do you do in this kind of situation? Well, I like this palm strike because it'd be a quick move, especially if we take it from a position of our hands are already being up. Think about it. We get in front of us, maybe they're yelling and swearing at us, seem like we're being scared. It's gonna make this person feel a little bit more at ease as opposed to me barking back. Remember, if we can de-escalate the situation, this person can walk away without getting physical, man, that's a great day. But we have to prepare ourselves that things are gonna get physical, and that's why I want your hands up right here. Yes, it seems submissive, but also in a very sneaky way, it gets our hands up closer to the target that we're striking right here. So notice when I do this, my hands are up and the strike is being done, boom, right here. It's a quick move. And I love teaching this to seniors because you don't need a whole lot of power to put on a lot of hurt on this person. Specifically when we do this, if I hit anywhere in this area, I'm gonna put a box, let's say, around his eyes all the way down to his mouth right here. Now, I could hit the chin just as well, but man, anywhere in this area right here is gonna be perfect. Not just for, once again, putting hurt on this person, also, like I said, for blinding this person temporarily. Now, why am I talking so much about this blinding, idea right here? Because if I can take this person's sight away from them, even for a time or two, for a second or two, a quick moment or two, it's allowing me a chance to follow up with a move that they don't know it's coming until it hits them, and that's what I want. But when we do this move, I'm striking here. Now this elbow's coming up as the secondary movement. I want to pop here and a pop right here. When we do the elbow, I'm coming right at this movement, right pop, just like this. Now, when we hit with the elbow, I want to ideally strike with the tip of the elbow. I don't want this to be like a forearm flipper kind of a thing. You know, you talk about the density of your forearm in the middle right here as opposed to the tip of your elbow. It's like night and day. This is so much more of a better striking surface right here. You hear so many more people breaking their arm than they do breaking their elbow, right? And that's one of the reasons why. So when we do that, this is our first move, but then our elbow is coming right over here. Notice that in this stationary kind of position, I'm not moving in. That's really what I want you guys to focus on. That's why I'm doing this whole video. I want to make sure that you guys can defend yourself from any kind of position. So if I'm being threatened, I can't move back. I'm here, my hands are up, strike right here, coming right here with the elbow. Notice how quick that happens, but also notice this other little detail. That palm strike, I want it to lag just a little bit longer than you think it should. When we usually strike with something, we strike and then we come right back immediately, right? Why? Well, because not only we want to protect, with our hand, but also I want that next move to come on in as quickly as possible. With this move, because the focus is on blinding our opponent very quickly, we want to make sure we leave that hand up just a little bit longer, and then as we take this hand back, that's when the elbow's coming on in. So if you take a look at the rhythm here, it's not like, two beats, one beat, another beat, or 1/1000, 2/1000, right? Okay? It's kind of almost like on a half beat right there with that lagging palm strike. So I'm going to stretch this out just a little bit more so you guys can see what I mean. It's here, here, lagging a little bit, hitting just like this. Notice it's not this, okay? This is not what to do, okay? All right? You don't want to do this. This is what you want to do. Lag it, okay? Have those fingers, blind them for a second, and bring in that power move. As we start tying up this move right here, I just want you guys to practice. First, practice getting the palm strike down. Make sure you guys get some good reps on that. If you don't have a pad right here, pick up a pillow or a cushion or something like that. Just something we can strike. If you have access to a heavy bag, obviously that's a great, kind of a tool right there. But we want to strike right here, okay? Do maybe, let's say, 2 dozen of those. Get comfortable with that. Then just do the elbow just by itself. But make sure we do the elbow, not stepping in, okay? I'm not moving on in. I'm just hitting, boom, right from here. Once you guys do a couple reps of that, then you start comboing them together. It's pop, 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 pop. Once you do that palm strike, that elbow's coming, they don't even see it coming, and that's where we get extra bang for our buck. Don't forget to check out the description. I got other videos,
Self-defense tip number 3.
Pressure point strikes. Got to explain a few things as we begin. Pressure point strikes, we're going to overload the energy of our body. These two particular pressure point strikes, I'm looking to land on my opponent's neck. The first one we call the stomach, 9. Second one is triple warmer, 17. These are just simple terms for us to indicate numerically on the body where we're going to strike. We have over 800 points of the body. I only want to show you 2. In the fight, if you have less to focus on, fewer options, you'll be more likely to use this. So, looking at Joel's neck, first strike. First thing we have to understand is I'm going to create a notch on my hand. I'm going to make a fist, put my thumb down on the top finger, squeeze tight. Makes tight fist, great striking tool. Second, we're going to go back with that same speed striking scenario. Bottle in the hand, or I'm covering the wrist. As I step in, using that same hip motion, same twisting motion, same circular motion as a slap strike, I'm going to step into my opponent, and right before it hits the neck, close into that fist position, tap into the nerve. You can see with just a little tap, there's a reaction. We're going to actually show you and demonstrate a live knockout attempt here. I'm going to see if I can knock this big man out, and we're going to go live, okay? But we're going to wait a bit, because once we do this, it's going to take him a few moments to recuperate. Let's look at the triple warmer 17 first. I'm going to push him along. I can make this man go wherever I want. Watch his reaction. I'm going to take either 2 fingers or the thumb. Arch the thumb up. Insert just at the edge of the jaw. Watch his reaction. Doesn't like it. Okay? What I'll do with him, I'm going to actually take him to the ground. Okay. Joel's a big man, 250, 260 pounds. The nerves help control our body. Once we interrupt that nervous system, we can get people to collapse. The pressure point strikes overload the system so fast that it actually will shut itself down, and that's our goal. When we use pressure point strikes, our goal is to immediately knock somebody out and move on to our next opponent. It takes some expertise, but if we really look, it's simple to hit. I'm looking for this circular area right here on this muscle, okay? If we can find the muscle, right there on the muscle, we're just going to tap into that resource of that energy. It doesn't like this. This is actually sending in some energy into that neck. Doesn't like it. Now let me demonstrate the punch or the strike slowly so we don't hurt him. As he has the bottle or throws a strike, as I step in, same as the slap speed strike, going to use my nerve strike hand, thumb up, step in, strike in the nerve. We're going to speed it up just a touch. Still not going to try to knock him out, but I want you to see his reaction. Okay, a little bit of reaction. Now, we're going to have some people off stage ready because what I'm going to do is knock this man out. Okay? More than likely what's going to happen, he'll just drop to the ground. We're going to wake him up a little bit, and then I'll give you some precautions. Are you ready?
Ready.
Okay, here we go. Okay, let's help him up. Excellent. He's shaking it off. While he's shaking this off, what we want to talk about is not a technique that we want to demonstrate with our friends at full speed. Not something we want to do to our loved ones. So, what we want to do with our loved ones is get the targeted area, warm it up with your thumb. If they express some discomfort, you'll know the area to strike. You okay? Mm-hmm. Okay. Let's look at it one more time. Let's look at the area that we're going to strike. Stomach nerve number 9. It's a simple name for it. Looking for that pressure point. Using my triangular stance, stepping in, into the middle. Keeping hands up for protection, perhaps holding the bottle, stepping in with that circular motion right before it hits, close my hand, and strike that nerve. He doesn't want to hit too many more times. He doesn't want to get knocked out again. Now you'll notice the knockout didn't last very long because I'm not hitting at full force. If I decide to hit this man at full force, it causes knockout for a length of time or it can cause death. So we need to be careful with the people that we love or care about. And I care about this guy, so we're going to be very careful. Again, triple warmer number 17. Under the edge of the jaw, we're going to insert 2 fingers or the thumb, causing discomfort. We're pinned up against the wall. He's got me pinned, grabs a hold of me. Easy to take control of. Okay? Easy to take control of. If I want to grab with my thumb, run it across the nerves, very uncomfortable. Little strike in the nerves, very uncomfortable. But we're using these pressure point strikes to knock our man out or to take him out of the scene. 2 fingers, thumb, or striking hand.
Hey, Jimbo here with a quick announcement. What if you had a handful of simple moves that could end a fight in a couple of seconds, even against larger, stronger men? Well, that's exactly what I've got for you. And it's yours for free from the link in the description. 15 ultra brutal fight-any moves that are surprisingly simple to learn. Outside the U.S. Special Forces, not a lot of guys know these. But when it hits the fan and your life is on the line and you need something truly nasty to end a fight in a couple of seconds, you're going to want to know these. This brutal hand-to-hand training is yours for free. Just get to the description below and click on the link. Okay, back to our video.
Self-defense tip number 2.
These are also real interesting. A lot of females carry hairbrushes and waitress. They leave their pins laying around. You can use the butt end of a hairbrush and you can take it through any airport in the world, not a problem. You can use a pin. Amazingly enough, if you got a person in a bar and they're running, it's real easy to sidestep them and attack them. They're usually not, when they're talking, that's the best time to go ahead and fire into someone. Now, if you have real strong hands and you get beside people, once again, you can work their ears, you can work their eyes, you can get under their nose, you can work their throat, get inside their notches, their collarbones, and walk them all around. You can twist, turn their heads, pull them, walk them, break the arms. These are all things that we've been looking at before. Now, right below the ear and around the bottom of the jaw. Now, we know we've got a bunch of nerves that run here. We've also got one right in behind the ear that will make the person release a grip. And we got one that runs right up under the bottom of the chin here that you can control a person with real bad. You can put enough pressure up under here that it will even paralyze temporarily part of the body. So say you don't have real strong fingers. You can reach up, pull by the hair, pull them backwards just a little bit, bump them with your knee, and then take these pins and put them right in their throat and press until they literally lose feeling on one side of their body. You can also, if you ever end up, push your elbows up, get them back trapped like this and go right up in the armpit with one and push. And they've got another one that you can control. They're right down in the crotch like this, and you can walk people around. These are ways to control people by lifting their arms, getting the elbows high or head level, using them as part of your chokes, bringing them back over top of the head and pulling like this. And you can really walk a guy around. They have a hard time resisting like this. Just remember, if you don't have the hand strength, and even if you do, if you got a pencil, a pen, a comb, a brush, you can take these things and place your thumb and just run them right in here and walk these people where you want them to go. And any of the other areas that we worked along the body, up in the bottom of the arms, along the wrist, little come-alongs, anywhere, for example, like along the wrist here, where the bone is real close to the skin, not a lot of muscle. You can put enough pressure in here to move the elbows and make people walk around. And then you have your natural come-alongs that were, if, for example, someone was holding on to you or grabbing, like I said before, you can slap their hands down, lift, pull, slide inside. Now I'll switch around for you here, switch. And once you get in here, you plug your elbow in here, grab their little fingers, and put your pressure right in here and just lift them up and walk them out of the door.
Hey, don't forget about those 15 brutal fight enders. This training is yours for free from the link in the description. I honestly don't know how long the powers that be will allow this stuff on their platform. It's pretty over the top, but it's easy to learn. So get to the link in the description right away.
Self-defense tip number 1.
You need to be aware of your surroundings and environment at all times. Let's talk about pressure points and the ability to use effective pressure points to survive an attack. One, you will see that this individual is quite large and very muscular, and he is able to use his strength to withstand or lock out, and I will not be able to apply a twist lock or anything of that nature on him. What he cannot do is eliminate me from using a pressure point on some part of his body. Let's look at the nose. By pushing in, it will cause his eyes to water and create severe pain. I can hit down on the nose, causing the same thing. I can use a nose bridge. The one thing you must realize in using any pressure point, the individual will try to escape it. They will move away from it. We'll talk about what you need to do if that occurs or when it occurs. Also, you have on both sides of the neck, below the ear, and you can use the earlobe as a good guide as to where to attack this pressure point, and the jawbone. All of the nerves from the body come up through this into the head. By taking and pressing straight in, you will cause severe pain to the individual. One thing in manipulating the pressure points, you need to be able to generate the force to a point. So by using your fingertip, a knuckle, you're able to manipulate those points. If you take and flatten the hand, it's not as effective as coming in to a point. Now, right here at the base of the neck and the collarbone, we can go in and hit another pressure point into the individual. So just those three right there alone gives us an opportunity to control the head on the individual. And like I said before, we want to be able to control the head. Where the head goes, the body will follow. Now, let's say that, as I said before, this individual will try to escape from a pressure point. So if he comes and attacks me, I want to combine this or freeze him where he can't get away from it, or lock him in a fashion where he has to stay. Let's say the person that comes in with some kind of an attack towards me, like pointing or jabbing into me, and I use a finger lock. Now, he goes about halfway, and I feel he's locking out, and I can't continue this. I can reach up and take a pressure point and get him all the way down to the ground, okay? Let's take another look at that so you understand what I mean by taking a pressure point and using it with another type of lock or control hold. As the person comes at you, I lock him in, take the point, and controlling down to the ground, okay? Coming up, Thank you. Again, it's important that you remember that when you use a pressure point on an individual, you can take them, control them, only if they're frozen or locked out. One thing, in using pressure points, you can always test them on yourself. In other words, if I want to see where it is, I can use that on my own. But just by going here and pressing in, you will never feel the pain that you would cause on someone else, because you will never do it that hard to yourself. And you can also do it in here. But every pressure point that I show you, I will also show you a way of using it and testing it on yourself. Okay? Again, from the nose, here, here, dig in and push down, push straight in. You'll feel when you hit that point.
Hey, final notice about the 15 brutal fight enders. It's simple, easy to learn, and devastatingly effective training taught to special.
Hey people, welcome to the channel, and in this case talking about how to defend yourself against a dog attack. Something that has been asked several times in the channel, something that happens fairly often. As always, if you want to learn more about realistic survival and preparedness, this is what I've been doing here for a long time. You have the channel with a lot of information, and you also have my books, which are some of the best-selling survival books in English, Spanish, and French as well. It's not about fear and drama, it's simply about analyzing situations like these and preparing accordingly. Surviving the Economic Collapse, 3 survival skills, you have them available in the links there below. I'll also leave the link for some of the pepper spray, Saber Red, some of the best options that you have available in case you want to stock up on those. So this is one of those topics that I get asked a lot. And watching videos, I knew a bit about some of the things that work. I have done some things that have worked for me before in terms of dogs. But learning even a little bit more about this, there's a couple interesting things to learn. First of all, it happens a lot. In the United States, apparently it is fairly common for people to have their dogs in their yards with nothing whatsoever, and the dogs just go attacking random people as they walk down the street. It is insane, but hey, it is the way it is, and it's a problem. One of the first things, let's start then with how do I defend myself against a dog? And I think that the best example of maybe the best way of defending yourself against a dog is right here in this video from Outdoor Smith.
No, dog. No, no.
No, dog.
Back.
Go away, dog.
Got the pepper spray on him right there.
Pepper spray, dog goes away, right? So a couple things. First of all, spray is effective against dogs. There's always exceptions, but in general, yes. Dogs don't like being pepper sprayed. Dogs are not humans, right? And the threat from a human being, especially if they have a weapon, if they have a knife, if they have a gun, is different from a dog. And a dog in nature, if you think of skunks, if you think of even insects that have somewhat of defensive mechanism using acids and sprays and things like that, well, it's something that in nature, this is compatible. Sprays and stuff like, I'll better not engage with this creature. He has this thing that is dangerous, so I'll go away, right? So, point number 1, use pepper spray. Now, you will see here that he has a spray that seems to be a lot more like bear spray. And this is where people go, okay, I definitely need then bear spray. And bear spray obviously kind of works well enough, I would say. I wouldn't feel poorly equipped with pepper spray. But for people that think that pepper spray is even more powerful than human spray, that's actually not true. I just learned that today. Saber makes spray both for self-defense and for bears. Now, because it falls into different it's like different agencies in charge, the spray for bears is actually almost 5 times lower caption levels than the one that you have for humans. So bear spray is actually less hot in terms of the pepper content than human beings because of the EPA, anyway, the environment, some agency of some kind that says, nope, it can only be this hot. Does not affect the spray for humans, so human spray is a lot hotter than bear spray. But bear spray needs to be a lot more powerful and reach further away, right? So that's why they have the bigger canisters, and it's, oh, look at that, it's a lot more, well, not in the actual pepper contents, but hey, still works? Yeah, I will say it does. Notice one more thing. It is it is like a fog, right? Spray for humans, we look at it in terms of the gel being better in terms of not having wind going your way. But here, you're spraying a lot more. Maybe it has to do something with this thing of not being as strong as spray for humans, so you can afford a little bit more of that dusty thing. And if you see the videos, bears do not like this shit. They just go away. And definitely with dogs, the dog did not like it either. Keep in mind, they're super sensitive in their nose and whatnot. And they will start rubbing their nose. Like they will become, they do not like it one bit. So, pepper spray does work. The other thing that you may be wondering is, okay, I don't have pepper spray because whatever. What is it that I can do? Well, one of the things that actually works is choking, as you see in this actual live video of a dog attack.
As soon as it lets go. They're usually not out of the fight. They
right?
Just
He's pushing, and this is a big dog. Now, you're thinking, yeah, that's a rare naked choke. Well, yes, it is. He's talking in MMA, jiu-jitsu, fighting terms for humans, he's taking the dog's back. That's always a good idea. And especially if it's a dog biting a child, someone else, something like that. Well, if you can mount, go on mounting the dog, not MMA but on the back of the dog, controlling with your legs as much as you can and wrapping your arm, that's gonna be the best possible start when you want to do this. Now he's doing it, and it actually does work. Look at it. Right, he's holding that. That's not a small guy, but the dog is obviously smaller, so he's holding it.
Obviously, at that point, you might want to let go and then get the.
And when the dog goes to sleep, he lets the dog go with the dog, and the dog is actually fine. The dog is, look at it, right away. Oh, what the hell happened? I was put to sleep. Who was that? John Jones? No, it was just a dude that was tired of your bullshit, dog. Now, the guy from American Standard Dog Training, who's an actual dog trainer, and we'll see some of the things he has to say that are very interesting as well and very useful. He says himself, "I'm not an MMA guy." That's great. He says that he's just going with this, going for the trachea and pulling up there. Now, I will say that based on what I see actual results here, dude, you want to go with a rear naked choke, and that's not the proper technique. You want to rotate that a little bit more so as to have the neck go in here, right? So instead of doing like this, like he's doing, a little bit more like that, put as much pressure as you can and start squeezing on that triangle there, and bring your back a little bit and go as high as you can, and that's gonna be even quicker than what this guy is doing. What he did worked, but doing it properly works even faster against a human and obviously against a dog as well. Now, the trainer from American Standard Dog, he says, well, getting your face close, yeah, it's dangerous. It's a freaking dog. It can bite you. Yeah, Mike Tyson also bit, and the dog will also have. But my view is, and having done this before to my own dog, which has a pretty thick neck, is commit to the thing. Just like in fighting, just commit and go with a full proper, choking technique and get that right there and start squeezing. It's not so much about squeezing as right positioning, right? When you go for the blood choke properly, it's gonna be far more effective on an animal or in a human being. That is one of the techniques. The other technique he explains, if the dog has a collar, what you can actually do is do this, right? He has a collar. If he has a collar, great, right? So I don't have the spray, but he has a collar. This would be the second thing you could probably go for, which is go and choke it with its own collar. Don't try squeezing or anything. You're taller than the dog. Pull up, which he says, right? The trainer here says you pull up on that thing, and yeah, you're gonna choke the dog as well. Pull, get on the back like he's doing here, and pull up as much as you can. That's gonna be also very effective. He also mentions using a leash in case the dog does not have a collar, right? He doesn't have a collar, but I have my pooch collar or whatnot. You can use that as well, right? And he says if he's biting, use it as a loop. Man, yeah, I don't know about that. Could be, but anyway, use the collar to pull in the same way as you would with a leash. You could loop it like this because the dog is biting something, so you loop around it and then you use it to choke. Now, the thing that I think is more interesting, this is what he says, he explains to canine handlers, right? You give a canine to an officer and he takes this dog to his house and he starts biting the wife, the kids, himself, neighbors. Well, this is the first thing they apparently teach them, which is just hold with your fingers and go with a choke directly to the dog's neck like so, right? This is something that's not gonna feel pleasant for the dog, right? Let's see if I find where he goes with that instead of the choking technique that he was explaining before. You go right with your fingers, okay?
This is the first thing we teach a canine handler on day one when they bring their police dog home, because many times
the first thing they teach the canine handler is just that. You go with your fingers.
Straight up hand choke. Let me show you how it works. Like with everything, high. There's like a 45-degree angle here where her jaw meets her neck. What we're not gonna do is crush the trachea. What we're not gonna do is do it low like on the Adam's apple. We ain't doing that. We need to be high and tight. In fact, I suggest when we teach other canine handlers how to do this, by the way, this is the first thing we teach a canine.
He lets go immediately. He does not, it's a blood choke. You know, he says, don't crush, right, the windpipe here, your trachea. No, you just, and look at the face like, oh, what the fuck happened? Yeah, well, why was blood not going into my brain? Well, it's the same thing, but with a hand. Actually, in martial arts, especially if you're like on top of someone and you're like a little bit of a bigger guy and the other one is a little bit smaller than you and you have a nice grip, you can do this V shape and freaking choke someone like this, right? Up, and he will not like that in the very least, right? It's a way of, it's more rather than putting the dog to sleep, it's more about making the dog let go, making the dog let go of yourself, making the dog let go of someone else. But a super interesting technique that I just learned. I think is very interesting to see that this is the first thing they teach dog handlers. Anyway, guys, I think this is a good video. It covers the hand choke, last resort. I would go with the first resort there, my friend. But anyway, that's my opinion on these things. Folks, I think it's interesting, something.
In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to stop a real dog bite in 3 seconds or less guaranteed. Whether it's a random loose dog attacking your dog, a neighbor's dog mauling your kid, or you getting attacked by one or more dogs. This technique is going to stop it and stop it fast. Yes. In some cases, it might even save a life. We're also going to talk about what doesn't work. All those stupid internet hacks, no brooms, no water bottles, no screaming, no sticking fingers where they don't belong. What I'm going to show you is a proven method I personally use thousands of times with real dogs on real bites on the street when seconds count and there's no other options. This is exactly what we used in police canine work, and we needed those techniques to work right now. This isn't theory. This is what actually works. Let's get into it. Good boy. The pasta. Folks, before we get started, I want to let you know the first time we put this video up, it was actually the most viral video we've ever had on YouTube. And within 2 days, YouTube took it down. Now, why did they do that? I guess they're saying it was a little too extreme for some of you soft, sensitive folks. So we're putting it back up for a round 2. So what am I trying to tell you? Watch it while it's hot. Watch it before YouTube takes it down once again. This type of information is going to absolutely save lives. So let's get after it. Warning. Before we go any further, you need to understand something. The footage and techniques you're about to see are not for the faint of heart. These methods have been kept behind closed doors, shared only inside police canine units, and used in real emergencies to pull powerful dogs off real bites on real people. For years, I held back from sharing them with all of you because this knowledge is dangerous if it ends up in the wrong hands. But I've come to terms with the reality that the chance of you or your family getting attacked or mauled by a dog is far greater than the chance of some bad guy using these techniques on a police dog. And even if they did, there's usually a team of officers close by ready to handle business if you try to hurt their canine partner. At this point, my attorneys would like you to know that none of this is advice. I am not a licensed veterinarian, so don't take or use anything I show you here without consulting with your vet, who probably doesn't have any of the training or background in using these techniques, but will almost certainly tell you never to do any of the things I'm about to show you. I'm simply showing you exactly how I would take a dog off a bite in an emergency. We take no responsibility if you do something dumb and get bit trying to play hero. Either way, we're going to show you 3 techniques that are guaranteed to work, and if you stick around to the end, we'll reveal a secret technique that even most canine handlers don't know how to use. First thing I want to talk about is why this even matters. Look, every time I open my phone, there's another video. Kid getting mauled in their own backyard, a dog getting ripped to pieces on the sidewalk, another attack that seems to go on for minutes and minutes while people are panicking, screaming, crying, or worse, frozen in fear, completely helpless. And no matter what they do, they can't seem to get the dogs to let go. In the aftermath, people screaming and crying, dogs bleeding out, permanent physical disfigurement, and lifelong mental trauma, and sometimes the lives of either a dog or a human getting destroyed in seconds. And here's the brutal truth. Most of it could have been stopped if someone actually knew what the hell to do. But they didn't, because nobody really teaches this stuff. Not in high school, not in puppy class, not in obedience training, not on TikTok, and definitely not from some of those positive-only treat fairies who say,
well, if you just ignore the bad behavior, maybe it'll go away on its own.
That's why this matters to me, because when it's your kid, when it's your dog getting shredded, you don't get to hit the pause button and ask Google, how do I break up a dog fight? And yeah, you might be the type that's going to spring into action and handle business. But if you're just screaming, punching, grabbing tails, you're not going to be stopping anything. What if you call 911? Great idea. But when seconds count, the police are only minutes away. This isn't theoretical for me. I've choked dogs off bites, not dozens, not hundreds, but literally thousands of times. Real dogs biting real humans in high-stakes training environments and also on the street in some of the scariest situations you can imagine. This isn't something I read in a book and decided to share. This is something I've dealt with countless times with high-drive, hard-ass dogs trained to not only bite and hold for a living, but to bite deeper and harder the more you try to take them off. And if you're sitting there thinking, yeah, but that'll probably never happen to me, let me give you some crazy statistics. There are over 90 million dogs in the US, and every year 4.5 million dog bites are reported. Over 800,000 of those dog bites send someone to the hospital, and around 30 to 50 people die every single year in the US alone from dog attacks. 1 out of 73 people will be bitten by a dog this year. That's more common than getting hit by a car, choking on food, or having your house catch on fire. But nobody's prepared for it. Look, the odds of winning Powerball is 1 in 292 million. Yet I see all of you out there buying up those lottery tickets, which is awesome, but I just need you to take a few minutes to watch this video to understand how to stop a dog fight once and for all in case it happens to you. Now, before we show you exactly what works each and every time, let's talk about all the stuff that doesn't work so you don't waste your time. And spoiler alert, it's just about everything you've probably seen and heard on the internet. We got videos of people punching dogs in the ribs like they're in the UFC. We've got grown men unloading kicks like they're in a bar fight and the dog doesn't even flinch. People busting out water hoses, water bottles, brooms, pots, pans. Hell, one lady even tried a damn Swiffer mop. One dude even tried spraying a freaking fire extinguisher. You think that would work, but it didn't do shit. And then there's the dark side. A long time ago, in a forum not so far away, a tale was told that the secret to stopping a dog fight was to shove a finger up its ass. And like a Jedi mind trick gone horribly wrong, people actually believed it. Stick your finger in his business. If one finger doesn't work, use 2. And if 2 doesn't work, use 3. A fist a day will keep the vet away. I mean, now this brings us to a recent case of a young man, God bless him, who attempts the maneuver. Not once, but twice. We now refer to him as the diddler. If your plan to stop a violent dog attack involves household cleaning supplies, yelling, or exploring the canine colon, you have zero plan. You're improvising in the middle of chaos, and meanwhile, someone's kid is bleeding, someone's dog is dying, and you're out here reenacting the Three Stooges with a shovel and a prayer and trying to poke out their brown eye. As funny as this conversation is, it's not funny when it's your dog, it's not funny when it's your kid, and it's definitely not funny when you're the one screaming and crying on a viral video with a leash in one hand and a useless broom in the other. But there is a better way. So stay tuned for the next part. We're going to show you the proven real-world methods where you can stop a dog biting in 3 seconds or less, the same way we do with police dogs every single day. No gimmicks, no guessing, no pain, no violence, and probably the best part, no smelly fingers that your friend might mistake for a Snickers bar. Let's get into it. All right, so we got Miss Zena here. She's gonna help us demonstrate some of these techniques. We're using Miss Zena because she has this beautiful coat and it's gonna contrast nicely with the tools that are in place. So the first tool that we're gonna use is the collar. Let's just assume the dog that's biting, or both dogs that are fighting each other or biting you, one of them has a freaking collar on. We see a lot of people lifting up and trying to pull back. That's just opposition reflex. It makes the dog dig in harder. We need you to lift this collar, what we say high and tight. Get it as high as you can. How high? Right behind the jawbone, right behind the ears, right in this area here, and then you're gonna lift and hold. If you lift within 3, maybe 4 or 5 seconds, the dog's gonna let go. Now, if you need a little bit more leverage, you can straddle the dog. By the way, this is a little safer than choking from the front for obvious reasons. Again, before I lift, you're gonna see me cheat this up, and then I'm gonna lift with my palms facing me is one technique. Another technique is this way, whatever works for you. But I usually can get this done with one hand. Lift and hold, it's gonna cause a gag reflex. And then what's happening here is my legs are isolating her a little bit, which kind of traps her from getting getting her front paws lifted off the ground. Imagine if I wasn't doing that. It's not to hurt her, but we will demonstrate for demonstration purposes. I can get her off the ground pretty quick. I might only be lifting 20, 30, 40 pounds worth. If I block her, I can apply a lot more leverage. Also, I have some control of her body. If you do this outside of it and you lift, the dog's natural tendency is to spin, and then your hand's gonna get twisted up. You can break a finger, you can hurt yourself. It's just not ideal. So when you can, straddle the dog, choke off, and then back away. That's technique number one. Absolutely guaranteed to work. But wait, Garrett, what if they don't have a collar on? Step 2 coming up. Have you been scammed by a so-called dog trainer who promised results but left you with nothing but a lighter wallet and a leash full of hope? Were you told food would fix everything, but now your dog only listens when you wave a ribeye in their face? You may be entitled to actual training. At Thanos & Thanos, attorneys at Paw, we fight for those left behind by the positive-only promise. Our nationwide team of trainers isn't here to hope your dog gets better. We're here to make it happen. All trainers are not created equal. Some bark, we bite. Subscribe now to see what real training looks like, and consult our next video to avoid falling victim to the feel-good frauds. Thanos & Thanos, for the dogs. All right, technique number 2. If there's no collar in play, our hope is that there's at least a leash in play. You can unhook that leash from the god-awful harness that probably got you in the fight to begin with, or you can unhook it from the dog that's getting attacked and means no harm, and get it ready to be deployed on the dog that's biting. Now, you're not gonna go over the head, because it's biting something. So the only way you can do it is to come in underneath, okay? Get that loop of the leash right here where you need it, put the other part of the leash through, and again, we're looking for, guess what? High and tight. So as high as you can get it, I would take the extra second or two to get it high, and then lift, baby. How do you lift? Same concept. If you can straddle, straddle, and you're gonna lift with 2 hands. Don't do this, silly boys and girls. You'll hurt your shoulders. You wanna be low right here, lifting. Up you go. Now be careful, the dogs will spin and try to bite whatever's choking them, but you're gonna lift and get out the hell out of the way and continue to use that leash to get them separated from whatever it was they were biting. We're gonna get in a little deeper here in a minute and talk about what if you have a really, really vicious, out of control dog. This will get them off, but how do we keep them from biting again and biting again and biting again? We'll cover that in a moment. Now, before we show you methods 3 and 4, some of you might already be typing in the comment section, what about the wheelbarrow technique? I'm aware of it. I've used it in the past once, actually, when 2 dogs were getting into it. It doesn't actually break up the dog fight. It just kind of separates them when they're all tangled up and you don't even know which is up and which is down, so that you can get in there and perform the techniques that I'm showing you. So the reason I'm not even going to demonstrate the wheelbarrow technique to you is, even if I did it in a slow speed environment just to demonstrate it, very high chance that I could cause not only pain and discomfort, but I can actually stretch something, break something, pull something out of socket, cause permanent injury to Ms. Zena here, and not even doing it full speed. Now, if you do it full speed, pretty much guaranteed you're going to rip something, tear something, hurt something, which again, in the middle of a dog fight, if that's what you need to do and to save somebody, you do what you got to do. But I've also seen where the wheelbarrow technique does absolutely nothing to get the dog to let go. It just kind of stretches them out. I don't recommend the wheelbarrow technique. I would just skip that technique and go to something that's guaranteed to work. Let's get back to part 3 and part 4 to show you again 2 more techniques that will absolutely work. All right, the next technique is if you find yourself without a leash, without a collar, we have basically what's called a naked dog. While that dog is biting, you're gonna go for basically a rear naked choke. How effective is it? Ask the man, the myth, the legend himself, Mr. Conor McGregor, who got taken out right away with Nate Diaz. When this maneuver is done correctly, once again, 2, 3, 4 seconds and the dog is tapping. What's the dog version of a tap out? They let go. Now, there is a con to this technique that I'm gonna demonstrate. We'll talk about that here in the end, but let me at least demonstrate it to you first. So first thing you're gonna do is, once again, consider high and tight. You're gonna come in and you're gonna use your chest and or your shoulder to push this down while you're also lifting up. Now, unlike a rear naked choke, and I am no MMA expert, that's definitely cutting off blood flow to the brain. This is more of an air choke, and the reason being, I'm not wrapping fully and trying to put pressure left and right, though that is effective. I'm actually using the blade here of my forearm, this inner part here, high, and I'm lifting with this hand straight back to once again cut off, almost simulate what we're doing with the leash. Look where my face is. Very dangerous place to be. If she starts squirming and rolling, you can easily get bit in the face. That's why this technique, usually we don't let the dog tap out, because even if you let go, you have no leash, you have no collar. Where's the dog gonna go as soon as it lets go? They're usually not out of the fight, they just temporarily let go. You actually might have to hang on for the full ride until they're unconscious. Hey, and just like in MMA, you're not gonna kill them, It's gonna go unconscious. And obviously at that point, you might wanna let go and then get the hell out of Dodge or get that dog in a car, over a fence, locked up in a cage crate, whatever you gotta do. Take advantage of that short moment in time while the dog is in La La Land. All right, stay tuned for part 4. The final technique we saved to the end because it is the most powerful, it is the quickest, it's most effective, it's also the most dangerous. It's just a straight up hand choke. Let me show you how it works. Like with everything, high. There's like a 45-degree angle here where her jaw meets her neck. What we're not gonna do is crush the trachea. What we're not gonna do is do it low like on the Adam's apple. Well, I ain't doing that. We need to be high and tight. In fact, I suggest when we teach other canine handlers how to do this, by the way, this is the first thing we teach a canine handler on day 1 when they bring their police dog home, because many, many times it's happened where we give them a dog that knows how to bite. It goes home, handler has no idea what they're doing. The dog bites them, bites their kid, bites the neighbor's dog, all kinds of pandemonium happens. So the first thing we actually teach, we put the dog on a bite and we show them how to execute this technique until they get it right. Good, that was good removal. So, you guys are learning some behind the scenes cool shit here. What you're gonna wanna do is go behind the trachea, okay? You can do it yourself and feel. We're not gonna squeeze here. We're gonna go like where our tonsils are, way up there. You should actually feel the jawbone kind of riding on the top of your fingers. And you're gonna keep driving back, push behind and squeeze. So, if this was the trachea, we're not squeezing on the trachea, we're going behind it, trying to get our fingers to touch. Which fingers? Thumb and first finger, thumb and first and second finger, third, fourth finger, whatever works, you're just squeezing. And we're not crushing like this. We're squeezing like that, like trying to leave this kind of loose and open. So we're doing that. It's very hard to explain, but hopefully you're getting it. Continue to drive back, squeeze. Now I'm gonna do just a very mild demonstration, but we're not gonna hurt her. Whoop, just did it. Doesn't even bother her. Now what this does, doesn't really cut off air or blood flow to the brain. It just causes a gag reflex. If you do this wrong, you can crush a trachea, you can kill a dog. So you wanna be very careful. By the time you gotta deploy this technique, chances are, again, there's no collar, there's no leash, things are out of control. If you do this and they come off, which is in about 3 seconds or less, now what? How do you maintain control of the dog? So in rare circumstances when we have to do this and there's no equipment on a dog, we might have to continue to deploy this maneuver and use it as a choke so that air and blood flow to the brain ceases. So 20, 30 seconds later, if you have to hold this technique, a dog that's trying to just murder everyone in its path, you might have to do this until the dog goes out. Not kill it, just like in MMA, those athletes get choked out all the time. They don't die, they just kind of go unconscious for about 10, 30 seconds, just enough for you to get away. And trust me, when the dog wakes up, they're in La La Land. The last thing they want to do is fight or bite anyone. So we have done that in the past with police dogs that have absolutely tried to murder their own handler or anybody in their path. It's a technique that even some police agencies use literally all day, every day. It's called a tactile removal. Yes, of course, we're supposed to have a verbal out. In a perfect world, the dog responds to the verbal out. And then there's real life, where the e-collar doesn't work, the dog's not listening to you, gunshots are ringing out, and you need to get that dog off right now. This is the technique we go to, and now you know it. When it works, which it will, post in the comments below what technique you used, how it worked. Don't get bit. Don't go out there and start this. I'm saying this for emergencies only. And again, I'm not even telling you to do it. I'm saying if you happen to do it, let us know. Let us know where you're from. Let us know all the incidents of detail, because it's going to save some lives. It's going to break up some dog fights really quickly. And I'm just happy to be able to share it with you. So thank you so much for making it to this part. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, and do me another favor. Send this to some friends. Send it to your family members so everybody
When they kick in your bedroom door and you put a load of buckshot in their chest, that will psychologically intimidate them, and they shouldn't be breaking into your house. I am not and do not advocate that you shoot people. Then you're going to acquire a lawyer. I also am not and do not advocate that you die in your own home and be butchered by a bunch of savages. So that would be my guideline.
Let's talk about the best shotguns for home defense right now, 2025, and probably for the next couple of decades, to be honest. Let's address the elephant in the room. Shotguns, not the perfect solution for everyone. They recoil a lot. You need decent hand strength, you need dexterity, and you need skill to run them. They're low capacity, but here's the thing. Most home defense gunfights don't require a full magazine dump, statistically speaking or practically speaking, especially when you've just disintegrated a home intruder's head like a watermelon at a Gallagher show. R.I.P. Not the home intruder Gallagher, of course. Love that guy. So yeah, all concede the AR-15 may be more practical. A handgun may be easier for most people to use, but the 12 gauge is still king when it comes to raw dog power, close range effectiveness, and giving you a little margin of error under stress thanks to shot spread.
It'll spread a nominal 1 inch per yard from the target to about 15 or 16 yards, and it'll start to get slightly erratic based on what you got.
So if you're man enough, or maybe you just live in a state where ARs are banned and you want to arm yourself with a small cannon, or you want to do it for $200, you're in the right place. I'm James Reeves. I'm a self-defense use of force attorney, among other things. I've been writing for the Firearm Blog for like 13 years, been doing this YouTube shit for like 10. You might have seen my video, by the way, on how juries are more likely to convict you if you use an AR-15 versus a shotgun in self-defense. And that's not just some hot take. That's based on a real Texas study involving mock juries. So if you want another huge plus in favor of shotguns for home defense, that's a big one of the biggest ones. It can save your ass in court if you have to burn down some dude who broke into your house. Among other things, I've also been running the Shotgun Burn Down series of videos for the past few years where I evaluate shotguns with a brutal 500-round high-heat stress test. Most of them don't survive. I've killed Kel-Tec KSGs, military-issued shotguns, about every Turkish shotgun I've laid hands on, but all the guns on this list survived, and that's why they're here. In this video, I'm going to walk you through 5 of the best shotguns for home defense. Pumps, semis, budget picks, premium choices. I'm not ranking them per se. I'm not telling you which one to buy, but if it's on this list, it's probably one of the 5 best. Before we jump in, let's talk about what is not on this list and why. First, the Remington 870. Remington's been passed around like a beach ball at a Creed concert, and the original New York plant in Ilion that was making shotguns for like 200 years shut down in 2024. These days, recommending an 870, it's like recommending a Jaguar. Sure, it might be great, or it might totally suck. It's just passed hands through so many owners. I just can't confidently say, hey, you need to get this shotgun, because I don't know what you're going to get. Next, magazine-fed shotguns, theoretically fine. But you're adding another point of failure to a platform that's known for simplicity and reliability. And unlike a tube-fed shotgun, remember low capacity, you can kind of top off as you go, like Bud White from LA Confidential during the Victory Motel shootout. If you really, really, really want a mag-fed shotgun, that's fine. I've tested a few that have passed the burn down. The Mossberg 590RM as a pump, the Genesis 12 and the Molot Vepr 12. Those fantastic shotguns. They've all passed a 500-round burn down, although I would kind of steer you in the tube direction. All right, so now that we've pissed off Remington collectors, KSG fanboys, mag-fed shotgun guys, let's get into the shotguns that make the cut for the video. Number 5, again, no particular order. You guys already know that I got to say it in this video. I was going to say it, right? Mossberg Maverick 88. I can't go a month on TFB TV without mentioning this gun. I bought one for $200. It survived the most vicious Bonnie Blue, beat it up, beat it down I have ever seen on this channel. For those of you who don't know, I'm one of the owners of Neutral Ground Gun Company in New Orleans. Myself and 6 employees ran 500 rounds of mixed birdshot, buckshot, 3-inch steel magnums, slugs, everything without stopping. We were just shooting it, passing it off, reloading it, shooting it, passing it off. We broke all the accessories off the gun, including a sling secured by an HK, an original HK steel sling loop. It was brutal, but not one malfunction, 0 issues. I sent that exact same shotgun to InRange TV for a mud test. I don't even know where it is now. Hopefully beaten ass somewhere, maybe in an evidence locker or something. I don't know. So why is it on this list? Simple. It is the 20-piece chicken McNugget of the gun world. It's good and it's cheap. It's a Mossberg 500 with some corners cut. It's got a single action bar, 1-piece pump 4-end, cheap finish, but it's made in Maverick County, Texas, and it has been since 1988. Maverick 88. If you get one, here's what I do. First, dose it up with some Krylon in your color of choice, especially if you live in a humid climate. After it cures, slap some 3M industrial Velcro on the side of the receiver and maybe the stock. I'll link the right stuff in the description. It's like a very specific size and strength of 3M Velcro that is perfect. It will not come off your shotgun, and it's just the right size. Why would you do that? Shotgun cards. These are soft nylon shell holders that stick to the side of your shotgun like a bandolier you can rip off and replace. Let me show you. Talking about these, forget about the hard plastic shell carriers. Dead as disco. Shotgun cards, faster, cheaper, 0 gunsmithing. If you can use Scotch tape, You can rig up a shotgun for shotgun cards for like 20 bucks or less. I wish I could take credit for this idea, but I actually learned this trick from a guy who was a shotgun breacher in the GWAT like 20 years ago or whatever. FYI, a 7-round shotgun card is just about the same size as an AR-15 magazine, so you can store them loaded in any AR pouch. It's the perfect length for the side of the receiver of the shotgun. As you see here, these are just brilliant. If you want to throw a little bit of money at it, then I guess add a sling, maybe a cheap flashlight and mount. I'll drop some Amazon links in the description for stuff I've actually used, and it's James Reeves approved. I don't think the Maverick 88 is the best buy in shotguns. I think it's the best practical buy in the world of personal defense firearms. 200 bucks. That's fantastic. A $200 handgun is going to suck bees. A $200 rifle, does it exist? I don't know, but for some reason, this $200 shotgun outperforms many $400, $500 shotguns I've tested. Number 4, usually the controversy slut, but this list is as serious as a fart in church, so I'm not going to throw any curveballs at you.
This particular gun is a Mossberg, and that would make sense. No one's retarded, so you kind of get that idea.
Actually, just for fun, I'll throw you a slight one. Mossberg 590 Beachmaster. This was a special edition shotgun built by Mossberg and Van Kamp in collaboration with yours truly. It took me like 2 years to put this project together. The shotgun was only available to TFB TV supporters on Subscribestar and Player. By the way, we don't take money for positive reviews. If you like what we do, you want to keep us independent, consider tossing us a few bucks each month. We do stuff like giveaways and access to limited edition products. The Beachmaster, one of a kind. It's a 590 marine coat finished exterior and interior, Magpul, frog skin beach furniture, a suite of Van Kamp upgrades, including the Van Kamp barrel system and all their buttons and levers, in an American flag beach chair bag, and optic ready. But regardless of the trim level, Beachmaster, retrograde, tactical, the bare bones, Mossberg 590, this belongs on the list. It may scientifically be the best shotgun, toughest shotgun ever made. The U.S. military first started issuing shotguns en masse with the Winchester 1897 during World War I. I've shot one. Even today, still kind of beats ass, even if it handles a little bit like a Bop It.
This gun, you don't have to go slow. Just slow down when you cycle it, because that block, there's a lot of mass moving there and dropping and going back up. So cycle it straight back. Okay, push forward first and then back.
Oh, right. Shit. And okay. I just smashed my thumb.
So that's another reason that they were not exactly...
By the Vietnam era, the military was sourcing shotguns from however they could get them. Remington, Ithaca, Stevens, whatever. There was no standard. They were just pumping them into the jungle. But they realized that shotguns were way too useful to not standardize moving forward. So they tested the Mossberg 500. It did well, but the military had some notes. Hey, we need to swap out some of these plastic parts, improve the durability, make a few tweaks. Mossberg listened, and that's how the 590 was born. The military torture tested the 590 with 3,000 rounds of buckshot. That sounds fake. I kill commercial grade shotguns with 500 rounds. So the idea that a shotgun went 6 times that distance, my shoulder dislocated just thinking about it right now. Mossberg has since gone nuts with the lineup. If you're worried about how your gun looks in a pro grade, it's a fantastic pick, I think. Wood furniture, classic profile, looks like your grandpappy owned it or something. If you want something more tactical, you've got the 590 Professional Series, beveled edges, upgraded sights, and upgraded ergonomics, better trigger, basically what you'd get if you handed a 590 to a custom shotgun gunsmith and told them, make this perfect. There's so many variations now that I'm probably going to have to do a whole separate video on like the 5 best Mossberg 500s. But honestly, you can't go wrong with any of them. If you want to pump, go with a Maverick or go with a... What about semi-automatic shotguns? Pump action shotguns, maybe more reliable. I tend to prefer semis for home defense. They shoot faster, more importantly, they shoot super picky. So number 3, and yes, I know this is going to be 3 Mossbergs in a row. Sorry, but I can't think of another manufacturer that dominates a single segment of the firearm space like Mossberg does with shotguns. They're just running the board right now in the shotgun market, especially in the U.S. I'm going to give the number 3 slot to the Mossberg 940 and the Mossberg 990. I've already torture tested the new Mossberg 990. So far, so good. Haven't made a video about it yet, but we're going to go ahead and stick to the 940 for this video. So you had the 930. This was the prior iteration. Decent shotgun, but it had a fairly tight cleaning cycle to keep it running right. Not ideal for a home defense gun. So I kind of stayed away from the 930. The 940, though, big step forward. They overhauled the internals, and my 500 round burn down ran like a champ. Everything we fed it, buckshot, birdshot, slugs, magnums, whatever, it handled with ease. That said, I do have a couple complaints about it. The 940 has a few plastic components that shouldn't be plastic, in my opinion, on a duty grade shotgun. The polymer bolt release, for example, has been known to come loose. It did whenever I reviewed it. I think that there's already companies out there making aluminum ones, so that's not a big problem. There's also a plastic mag tube clamp that lets you mount M-LOK accessories, but that clamp loosened up on us during testing too. Did those issues cause any malfunctions? No. Did they kind of piss me off a little bit? Sure. But the 940 makes up for it with smart features and very competitive pricing. The coolest feature, the rear dovetail mount cut directly into the receiver that allows you to install a Holosun 407 or 507 red dot that will co-witness with the iron sights. Brilliant. And you won't find it on any other major shotgun platform as we sit here today. Props to Mossberg for that. Like the 590, the 940 comes in a dozen different flavors, so you can configure it however you want to configure it. Let's talk about its little brother, the 990, for just a second. Originally built for a classified European military contract, a unit that needed a more compact, modular, breaching shotgun. The issue with a lot of semi-automatic shotguns is that the recoil spring assemblies in the stock, they just moved everything forward to the pistol grip, meaning that the entire operation system is forward of the grip, so you can put whatever stock you want on it, which is really cool. Again, I only have like 500 or 600 rounds through a 990. It ran great at Thunder Ranch. We're going to release a video probably in the next few months on it. And so far, so good. So I would say you can go with the 940, or if you want to maybe wade into the 990 waters. Either way, you've got a soft shooting, fast cycling, American-made semi-automatic shotgun you can trust, and they're competitively priced. I've actually seen new 940s between like $750 and $800 new in box. Number two, you guys already know what it is, the Beretta A300, technically the A300 Ultima Patrol. Oversimplified, it's basically a more affordable American-made version of the legendary Beretta 1301 shotgun. Not exactly the same. It's actually different in quite a few ways, but it also punches in the same weight class for a lot less money. I find the ergonomics and the performance of the A300 to be outstanding. I really can't tell the difference between the 1301 and it. Out of the box, the gun's practically perfect. It's got no gimmicks, no fluffs. It's just ready to go. Throw a sling on that son of a bitch. 500 round burn down with the A300 twice. I did the burn down, my burn down, and it ran perfectly. And then I literally burned one down in 110 degree heat in Arizona desert with Matt Hott of Simtac Consulting, who, by the way, one of the best shotgun instructors in the country. Matt ran me through a one-on-one shotgun course with the A300. We throttled this thing with buckshot and it ran perfectly, and I felt fine afterwards. It's pretty soft shooting. I've got a couple videos on the A300. If you want the super deep dive, check out my full torture test or the desert shoot with Matt, or the down and dirty comparison. A lot of you are like, okay, what's the difference between the A300 and the 1301? One of my most favorite videos with one of my most favorite firearms of all time, with one of my most favorite dudes of all time. I tear it down with Ernest Langdon. We break down every single difference between the A300 and 1301. Look out for that video. The A300, hundreds of dollars cheaper than the 1301. Usually a little bit more than the 940, about a C note. That gives it a great price to performance value in semi-auto shotguns. Number one, the Benelli M4. The M4, top dog during GWAT. I've owned one. I've also owned the M2, Benelli M2. I've spent a ton of time with both. Phenomenal shotguns. And look, it doesn't matter that the next line is God's honest truth, but a lot of people are going to be mad at me for what I'm about to say. In my personal experience, which is pretty extensive with shotguns, the Benelli M4's reliability, weight, ergonomics, and shootability, distant second to the Beretta 1301. And dollar for dollar, I'm taking an A300 Patrol for $850 over a Benelli M4 any day of the week. Now, let me be clear. If you're looking for a semi-auto shotgun, the Mossberg 940 or the Beretta A300, they're going to give you the most bang for the buck, right? They're going to give most shooters everything they could possibly want. Get you 90% of the way there for like 50% of the price. They're reliable, they're affordable, they perform at a level that honestly punches way above their price. But if you're looking for the top dog the absolute best, one of the best guns I've ever owned. This is it. The self-cleaning gas system in the 1301, basically invincible. If you check my breakdown video with Ernest Langdon, we show exactly how it works, how this gun differs from the A300. 1301, slightly different operating system, additional chrome lining that gives it a durability edge. And now we've got the Beretta 1301 Mod 2, even better. My favorite upgrade from the Gen 1 to the Mod 2, the Pro Lifter. It's a redesigned lifter gate that stays open when the gun goes empty, makes it way easier to load shells without pinched thumbs.
So what that is, you can see the shell lifter just kind of collapsed. What that does is it keeps the lifter down while you load, and it makes the process much easier. You also don't get your thumb stuck, which is a problem I always have. I've lost count. How many rounds is that?
The Mod 2 also comes with an improved trigger, updated furniture, integrated M-LOK slots in the fore-end, so you don't need to bolt on extra shit like I've got here. For lights, I'm usually a Surefire guy, but the Streamlight, this TLRM series with a pressure pad, $160, a phenomenal setup that I've been using on this 1301. It's been the only Streamlight product that I've owned because it works great on the Gen 1 or the Gen 2 1301 shotguns. It's small. You can get a 1000 or a 500 lumen. This is the 500 lumen that's slightly smaller, but they're about the same price. Again, for everything I mentioned in this video, I try to remember to drop a link in the description if you want to run the exact same setup like this light. This shotgun has never quit on me. It's never failed on me, but I have killed 2 Boris Fastfires with it. For shotgun optics, I recommend with going something a little bit more rugged. I think the Steiner MPS is like the gold standard, the mailbox. It's an enclosed emitter. That means snow, dust, or rain won't flood the optic, turn your reticle into a disco ball. I ran the MPS during my course with Matt. It was flawless. Aimpoint makes good stuff too. If you're running a 1301, I highly recommend this Airtus Crom mount. That's what I use here. I'm using it with a Holosun EPS, but you can use it with like an RMR or something. It sits lower. It provides a built-in rear aperture, as you can see here. It gives you true co-witnessing with the front sight. It's not cheap, but it's the most solid mounting option that I've found. I even worked the original sight mount loose on this 1301 during that initial torture test. Super solid, really love it. The 940, however, shines from a budget standpoint here because out of the box, it comes optic ready and it'll accept a built-in co-witnessing optic like Holosun 407 or 507. Great budget optic pairing because you could probably spend less on the optic than you do on the actual Crom mount here for the 1301 and have something that performs comparably. So again, if you're looking to save money, the 940 is a great option. Now that said, if you want the best of the best of the best, I think you're looking at it right here. I'd get a 1301 or a 1301 Mod 2 with this Crom mount and with the optic of your choice. I mean, you guys are looking at one of my most favorite guns of all time right here in my hot little hands. So that's the list. Whether you're into pumps, semi-autos, or you just want to spend $200 on a shotgun that refuses to die, these are the shotguns that I know. These are the shotguns I trust, that I've used. I've personally tested to actually work when it matters. Big thanks to Top Gun Supply, your online shooting sports superstore, one of our sponsors, and Ventura.
A vast majority of people who survive knife attacks have absolutely no training whatsoever. Now, does training improve our odds of survivability? Yes. But it's what kind of training matters.
That's Paulo Rubio, the world-famous knife instructor. He's traveled the globe to document the greatest experts in combat.
This is brilliant. Jesse, this is an ancient methodology.
Today, he's invited me to FMJ, a tactical facility usually reserved for special forces, because it's time to learn the truth about knife defense.
I'm scanning the environment, I'm grooming, I'm indexing.
You're giving criminals a lot of good ideas right now.
Go! Up here, this was a real knife and I wanted to kill you.
What's the truth about knife defense?
A knife thrust can happen as fast as 0.14 seconds. When you blink your eyes, it takes 0.10 to 0.40 seconds. For you to initiate a defensive action takes about half a second. And so the mathematics of knife defense is impossible. Even if you see it coming and you initiate a defense, the likelihood of you being successful at it is very low. Think about this. What percentage of the world's population do you think does martial arts?
Less than 1%.
Less than 1%. What percent of knife attack survivors do you think have done any kind of martial arts training? It's not even in the, right? So a vast majority of people who survive knife attacks have absolutely no training in whatsoever. Luck has almost everything to do with it. Now, does training improve our odds of survivability? Yes. It's what kind of training matters. Let me paint you another picture. You watch football, you watch the Swedish football team. Okay. Yeah. So when that goalkeeper is standing on that line, do you think that that goalkeeper is seeing that ball travel in midair, processing the spin trajectory, and then at the last moment making a dive?
Definitely not.
Definitely not. So how are they able to make saves? What information?
So it has to be some kind of prediction, right? It can't be a reaction.
Right.
So they look at the body language.
Body language,
right?
Good.
And of course they're drawing from experience.
Drawing from experience, good.
And luck.
And a little bit of luck, all of those things. So it's the lead up, it's the moments before the kick. It's the last point of contact to the ball. So that's all knife defense is. It's a probability judgment based on the information that you can gather in a split second.
It's much less about the actual techniques than it is about the things preceding the technique.
Exactly. Now the thing is, whenever I say something like this, you know, it can be a little bit offensive because yes, technique matters, right? But so does strength, so does speed, and those things I can't control.
Right.
If you're a big, strong linebacker and I'm a 62-year-old woman, it doesn't matter how much detailed technique and instruction that I've received. It doesn't matter how good that technique is, I'm not gonna be able to pull it off against you. Does that make sense? So, a successful goalkeeper, how many times must they save the ball out of 10 penalty shots for them to be considered a really good goalkeeper?
Oh, I'm not a huge football or soccer fan.
In baseball, if you have a .3 batting average, if you hit 3 times out of 10, you're getting paid a lot of money.
Really?
You're considered successful.
Okay.
So in knife defense, whenever I see people successfully defend in a demo 100% of the times, I begin to think that's an unrealistic expectation.
Should you expect to get cut?
I hear this all the time, right? In a knife fight, you will get cut.
Yeah, I've heard that too.
Yeah. So I think that's a defeatist mentality, right? And if we study CCTV videos, you certainly see that people get cut, but you also see people not getting cut. It's like, but if I say, hey, look, if you're gonna get in a boxing match, expect to get punched. Fine. Right? that makes sense.
Probably.
And I think the reason people say you will get cut or expect to get cut is that they don't want you to be shocked by it, and that the philosophy is to continue fighting.
What are some of those things we could be looking out for if we are about to get attacked?
100%. So this is important. These are called pre-attack indicators, and they're more or less universal. All right. So one of those things is called indexing. So if we're having an argument right here, and you see me doing this, right? You're
like you're searching.
Well, it's not that you're searching. You know where that concealed weapon is, right? You can get that weapon out very, very quickly. But why am I touching it? Why is this a pre-attack indicator? Why is this a sign, Jesse, that you're about to get stabbed?
Because there's some kind of comfort in feeling your weapon?
Right. So look, if you've ever proposed to a lovely woman who you wanted to be your wife.
Oh, it's anxiety.
You had that ring in your pocket all day long. What were you doing all day long?
Just checking.
Why?
Touching.
You want to know that it's there when it's time to pull it out. Another pre-attack indicator. It's called scanning the environment. So what am I doing when I'm scanning the environment?
Making sure you can attack me.
Making sure I can attack you. Maybe I'm looking for cameras.
Right.
Maybe I'm waiting for my friends to arrive. Maybe as soon as I stab you, I'm looking for an exit point.
You're giving criminals a lot of good ideas right now.
Well, see, the thing is, these happen subconsciously. This is not a thing that you can necessarily control. You know what I mean? Like,
this.
Mhm,
You
right.
see this? What
Yeah.
is this?
Yeah.
Grooming.
Oh man, I'm already feeling it.
Yeah.
You're about to attack me.
Oh boy. And that's another thing I talk about.
Yeah.
You can infuse emotional gravity
Yeah.
into a training environment.
Yeah.
Right? So
But it's so weird that I also feel a kind
feel
of
it.
threat from you just because you start grooming yourself. Maybe even the viewers can feel it when they see that. Yeah.
that's your
That's
intuition.
weird. Yeah.
That's your intuition.
That's the DNA. Yeah.
You ever walk into a place, Jesse, and you're like,
Yeah.
this is a bad.
Many times.
Right.
That's why I've never been in a real fight.
Right.
Because I
same.
always avoid them.
So you trust your intuition.
Yes.
What is intuition? Intuition is subconscious pattern recognition. So you're not logically saying, oh, I see him, and
Yeah.
it's just a gut feeling. So you trust your intuition. So back to these pre-attack indicators, right? So I'm scanning the environment, I'm grooming, I'm indexing, and then one last thing, there are many.
Okay.
Okay, we're talking, and then I do this. I blade my body.
Oh, like this.
First we're talking,
Yeah. You're open.
and then I'm like, bro,
Oh, you're loading up that.
boom. Most
Yeah.
people are what? Left-handed or right-handed?
Right-handed,
Most.
yes.
So the power is on the right side.
Yeah. Yeah.
So look, we are adding bits of information to make a good probability judgment. okay?
Yes.
So now we're having an argument. I'm indexing
Yes.
what could be a concealed weapon. I'm grooming. I'm scanning the environment. I blade.
I know something's about to go down right
Something's
now.
about to go down.
So should I try to get away, or should I strike you before you strike me?
That's the $1,000,000 question, right? And there is no right answer because you have to make the probability judgment.
Yes.
You have to be the goalkeeper.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Right.
So it's based on the totality of circumstance.
Yeah.
And look, you're a karate guy.
Yeah.
Right? You have a good solid base.
Yeah.
Can you execute a good sidekick from this position?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Could you do it when there's ice on the ground?
Ice, I would probably go lower.
Right. But another thing we can't control are the infinite variables of weather, ground surface condition, your emotional state. Maybe you just had an argument with somebody and you're just not thinking straight. Maybe you didn't sleep well last night.
Or didn't have my coffee.
Or you didn't have
Right.
your coffee.
Yeah.
So look at all of these factors, infinite variables. If I'm not exhibiting any of these signs
Yeah.
and I just stab you, the math is way behind.
Oh, yeah.
But now that you've recognized pre-attack indicators,
Yeah.
you also know trajectories. Okay, step back for a second.
Yeah.
If I swing this way, what's coming next?
Probably
Probably
river.
this.
Yeah.
Right? So that's where training can kind of have a place.
Yes.
But in real life, you have to be able to make good, solid decisions under stress, and you have to be able to constantly be assessing the situation to give yourself the most amount of information to be able to make a good probability judgment. But
Yeah.
even then, you could be wrong.
Sure.
Just like that soccer player.
Right, and jump the wrong direction.
Yeah.
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 Unfortunately, you only get to be wrong once when it comes to
Only
knife
get to be
defense.
wrong once. Can I try something with you real
Let's do
quick?
it, yeah.
Okay. So I'm just going to have you stand here. I'm going to give you instructions, okay? I'm going to stab you with a low line thrust, one of the
Okay.
most common attacks. And I just want you to initiate some kind of a defensive action. I'm not going to go fast. It's just going to be this way. Okay.
Okay.
Why did you choose that?
Because this is what I've been trained to do.
Okay, great. We're going to do it again, just one more time.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do anything different. Same low line attack. Okay? All right. Yeah. Okay, wonderful. Great job.
I passed the test.
Did you feel that there was a difference between the first and the second?
Yes.
What was
The
it?
first was more static, more like a training environment. The second felt more real.
What does that mean, felt more real? This is not a realistic attack.
No,
is
it was still slow, but you added more of the kind of body language I would expect from a real fight.
Yeah, and you know what else?
Huh?
Up here, this was a real knife, and I wanted to kill you. And you felt that.
Yes.
And you responded to that. Our minds, our bodies, our spirit, if you will, are incredible machines that are so to dealing and identifying danger. If we can just be aware of those things. And sometimes it requires a moment like this to go, I can manufacture it.
Yeah.
We're still in a training environment. Also, we have to give each other hugs and high fives afterwards. So you know why this is important to laugh in a training environment?
Yeah.
You know why that's really important?
Tell me.
Because parts of our brains can't differentiate between a real
event and one that's powerfully imagined.
Yeah.
So there was a moment there where I was like, I really wanted to kill the karate nerd, Jesse Enkamp, right? And so we have to overwrite that.
I see.
We have to overwrite that.
Yeah, that
with,
makes sense.
By the way, wrestlers, jiu-jitsu people, and anything with a solid striking background like boxing, Muay Thai, karate, all of those are amazing for self-defense.
Yeah.
You could probably sidekick me and I wouldn't even get my knife out. But it's based on your recognition prime decision making. It's based on the things that happened beforehand that you're able to deploy your tools.
So what happens after that initial threat assessment?
Yeah.
And let's say somebody does attack us. What should we do?
Which do you think is better? An instinctive response or a trained response?
Probably a combination of both.
That's kind of the right answer.
Oh yeah?
The next question would be, how do you know that your trained response has become instinctive?
When you don't have to think about it.
Okay, and what protocols do you have to ensure that?
Training.
Right?
Practice.
Right,
Yeah.
but trying to recreate real moments, right? So I have you want to do a quick drill?
Yeah, let's
with
do it.
me?
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna get you to reverse blink.
Wait, what?
Yeah, what's reverse blinking? So can you blink for 0.10 seconds?
Okay.
You see that? Yeah, you blink.
Okay, I'm blinking.
Oh,
Yeah,
you're
blink.
so
Okay.
good. You're doing this.
I'm a black
drill
belt
so
in
good. You're a
blinking.
master. Okay, but what we're going to do, is you're going to close your eyes and you're going to be, don't do it yet. I'm demonstrating for you. You're going to be in complete darkness. And when I say go, you're going to open, you're going to reverse blink your eye for 0.10 second. Boom.
Oh, okay.
And you're going to gather information in that quick.
Interesting.
All right? So what I'm going to do for now is I'm just going to hold up fingers.
Numbers.
And you just tell me what you see, okay? So
I
eyes
close
closed.
my eyes.
And remember, when I say go and only go, you open it for 0.10 seconds, close them up again. Ready?
Yep.
Go.
So I saw 2 fingers.
Yeah, but you also opened your eyes way longer.
Really?
Yeah, that was way, you
But
went
that's
like
what
this. You went like this, right?
But that's what I felt I needed to register those 2 fingers.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you're trying to beat the drill instead of trying to extract what we could be learning from it, which is how much information can I receive in a short amount of time. You don't need to be right all the time. You need to be honest with this drill.
Yeah.
So watch me. Literally that. Now, here's the next evolution of the drill. When you open your eyes, a knife will be placed somewhere near you in a static way.
Okay.
Here's what you need to do. Open, close, and then slap it.
Slap the arm?
Just slap whatever you can slap, only when I say go. Go!
Ah, sorry, I looked and then Yeah. It was like an instinct. When I saw it, I just wanted to...
What I'm trying to get you to understand here is that your brain can process information very, very quickly.
Yes, because I'm not even thinking.
You're not even
It's just instinct.
Right.
Yeah.
And what did you feel when your eyes were closed?
Some kind of tension.
It's intense.
Yeah.
So look, I'm able to manufacture a drill with very little contact that recreates or manufactures real conditions out there.
This is brilliant. I don't think most people practice these kinds of things when they think about knife defense.
I've done a lot of traveling and research, and I take from as many sources as I can, and I've synthesized information into repeatable drills. This is one of those drills. It has evolutions to it, and people really come away with experiences. But how do you get experience? Have you ever been stabbed in real life before?
Nope.
I've never been stabbed in real life either. So the challenge is, how can we create meaningful experiences for our students that they can draw upon, other than getting some real knives and stabbing? Can I try another drill with you?
Okay.
So this is part of the ecological dynamics of teaching. In about 5 minutes, I'm gonna make you look like you've been training Filipino martial arts for 30 years.
Oh, let's go!
You ready for this?
All right.
Okay, so this is based on objective pairing. All you need to do is follow my rules, follow the rules of the game, and we're gonna do this, okay? So my first objective is to provide an initial strike. You are great at following instructions.
Thank you.
Your first objective is to provide an initial stop, okay? Objective, initial strike, initial stop. Initial strike, initial stop, initial strike, initial stop. Perfect.
Okay.
I can even do something silly. Perfect, beautiful.
Okay. So far, so good.
So far, so good. After your initial stop, I want you to move it somewhere else.
Okay.
Good. Got it?
Yep.
Initial strike, initial stop, move it somewhere else with the other hand. Initial strike, initial stop, move it somewhere else with the other hand. My next objective is to counter your redirection. Here we go. Initial strike.
Wait!
Yeah.
Wow! Wow!
If we did that,
It felt a little bit stiff.
it
but,
did.
Yeah.
It
but
did.
that was challenging.
That was 30 seconds. If I had 15 minutes with you, bro, you could make you could do a FMA by Jesse channel, and people would be completely fooled. So now, using this same format, how do I make this relevant for knife defense? Okay, I'm gonna change the rules. Initial strike, initial stop.
Yeah.
From here, go get a 2-on-1 control.
A 2-on-1 control.
Any 2-on-1.
Like that.
That's 2-on-1.
Yeah.
What's another 2-on-1 control? Maybe a Russian tug.
Oh, okay, I see. Yeah.
Maybe an inside 2-on-1 control.
Would that be too? Okay. Oh, yeah, like an arm drag.
Something like that.
Ah,
okay?
okay.
So initial strike, initial stop,
Yeah.
2-on-1 control.
Yes.
Good. From here, my job is to conduct a knife switch. I'm gonna switch it to the other hand.
I stop. I do a control.
Good. Now look, this is a terrible position for me. We can use this to work your 2-on-1 control.
Right.
How good is your 2-on-1 control?
Yeah.
Well, because we are in a dynamic drill, we're collaborative. You help me get a little bit. Now I got my knife switch.
Ooh.
Now we loop. Initial strike, initial stop, 2-on-1 control, go.
Okay, I try something different.
Try it.
Yeah. Whoop. Oh, my back is exposed.
But look, this
I'm
can
done.
happen.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
I said, okay, Jesse, first let's get into this position.
Yeah.
Then let's get into this position.
Yeah.
It would take us forever.
Yeah.
But this process allows us to explore the totality, the vastness,
Yeah.
by just following these
It
simple
feels very alive, very practical.
and right away. Now, I want you to pin the knife to me.
Pin the knife to you.
To me.
Okay.
Good. I have to resolve this now. Initial strike, initial stop, pin. Go, 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 pin. Initial strike, initial stop, pin. Oh, good one. Now check this out. Same rules. Now you can pin it to me or the ground. This is gonna be why are we in this position? This is not a standard jiu-jitsu position, but this is how we might fall.
Wow. It felt like I was in like an action movie. It was like a movie.
Yeah. So this is how I get people with no jiu-jitsu training to learn knife defense on the ground.
And it's a good workout.
It's a good workout. But 2 black belts doing the same drill,
Yeah.
or 2 big guys doing the same drill under the same rules, different dynamic, right? So objective pairing could be any 2 objectives, any 3 objectives. And we pair these objectives to work on specific skill sets or to address specific deficiencies.
Kind of like you're creating small games. Yeah.
You're creating games.
And then you're learning by doing rather than just theorizing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also, like something like a 2-on-1 control, for example.
Yeah, okay, oh, you're right.
Right?
Yeah.
It's going to have different points of failure depending on who you are and who I am.
Yes.
That point of failure could be strength.
Right, exactly.
That point of failure could be technique. That point of failure could be skill deficiency.
Yeah.
So it's more important for you to find out where your point of failure is than to learn the proper technique, correct?
Yeah, because the same technique is not going to work on every individual.
Jesse, this is an ancient methodology. It's called ecological dynamics. There are all these fancy terms for it.
Really?
Back in the old day, if you wanted to learn karate, wouldn't your master just start punching you?
Right, yeah, like the old movies.
Like the old movies.
Yeah.
I learned how to swim when my grandfather threw me in the river.
I learned the same way.
Right?
It was my dad. But
Right.
Yeah.
These are ancient methodologies.
Yeah.
That are just kind of beginning to blossom in professional combat sports and professional athletics. There isn't a lot of it in knife work because we've kind of we've become accustomed to structure.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And this linear pedagogy where before you learn a down block, you must learn the rising block.
Yes.
Before you learn a back fist, you must perfect a straight punch.
Yeah.
And so that's a long path. And it's a meaningful and rewarding path.
Yeah.
But if I'm going to be tasked with teaching a law enforcement group and I have 2 days with them, I can't say, this is day 1 out of 10 years.
Let's start with stances.
Right. So it's just taking these ancient methodologies, understanding modern application, blending it with a little bit of an understanding of behavioral psychology, putting it all together, and then codifying and synthesizing a 6-7 hour seminar to give people enough of an experience that hopefully, there are no guarantees, hopefully makes them safer.
But I think this made me a lot safer and all the viewers. So thank you so much
Thank you, brother.
for this master class. I really appreciate it.
My pleasure.
Why is this Kung Fu style practiced by the Special Forces? That man has the answer. His name is Jiang Yushan, and he's the Grandmaster of Monkey Kung Fu. Today, he's gonna show me why this might be the most underrated,
I will kick your face,
and deadliest style of Kung Fu.
So what makes the monkey style so effective?
is developed in the Shaolin Temple. But because of the Buddhist doctrines, these dangerous techniques are not allowed to practice in the Shaolin monastery. So the monkey style is an external style where the killing and I will say the violent things are taught, the secret style of Shaolin.
So the monkey fighters are like the special forces of the Shaolin Temple.
The executioners from the emperor.
Well, I'm very excited to learn some of these techniques. Do you mind showing them to me?
We need to go inside. First, your body weapons needs to be prepared.
So this is an ointment you use for the conditioning.
That your skin will break. That is iron grains inside. That is the chop. I let it only fall down. Then you have another skill, which is very important, because if you hit something and there is an impact, the energy travels here through, then here through. The next point is the elbow. It goes like a domino. And then they have this stiff neck. And when it reaches the neck, it will also reach the spine.
So you should condition all the joints, basically.
No, actually you only need to condition 1 and 2, and it's enough. Here always needs to be loose, because you want to be very fast and quick. Here also you need to have that ability to move very loose, so you can have a good breath.
Okay, so I
relax.
This is rock solid. It looks so soft.
Okay, release. Look at this. Concentrate yourself.
Yes.
Stand in the kebadachi.
Okay.
And now let the elbow fall down. Look at it. Or even you can do this.
Like a hammer fist. If you don't hit it just right, it really hurts.
So that is one. Look at this one.
I can tell that my skin is not really used to this.
The skin is only one part we need to train. We train Jin Gu Pi. Jin is the tendon, Gu is the bone, and Pi is the skin. We train from the inside to the out. And from the outside to the in. So it will meet each other and it become very solid and firm.
Yes.
Not like these swollen, watery hands where you poke in and you have. Oh, come, we switch places.
Oh,
and
no.
do this.
Oh,
okay.
no.
Okay. Yeah, that is
it's
solid.
real. It's real.
It's granite. Okay, I feel a little bit bored. I do this.
Wait, what? This is metal, right?
Yeah, that is okay. Come. So look.
This is surreal.
And look at this.
Yeah.
Okay. And that you can also.
Yeah, no thanks. I'm not ready for this yet. Wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
As a beginner,
yeah,
you shouldn't play like we play.
No, I understand.
It has his method,
yeah,
where you practice step by step. You can see that in your hand. Okay.
It's so thick.
Yeah, and also the side of the fist, like that thickness.
Yeah.
So that is the trademark. Demon's hand and Buddha's heart. Yeah. So you have the destructive power, but you need to have also a kind and noble heart when to use that kind of power.
So can we look at how to apply this deadly force in some techniques?
No big deal. Let's go.
Okay.
Look, I will show you something. You do a tsuki forward actually. You do only in the air. Yeah, you do
a punch like a classical karate punch.
Yeah. Look at this.
Okay.
And look mine. I show you again. You do yours.
Okay. Oh, like a whip almost, snapping. This sound is very interesting. It's like a
vibration.
Vibration, yeah.
Here in that area.
Yeah. Wow. I don't know if you can hear that in the microphone, but it's like.
Yes. Okay.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah. When you attack with the fist.
Okay. So you're blocking and striking at the same time. I see.
That's why that technique. Okay. And the monkey fist have another special technique. The Wing Chun have the chain punch. The monkey fist have.
Oh.
The other thing is, look at this. That goes here in front.
Yeah. Wow.
Another style which attacks like that is the drunken style.
Yes, the drunken fist.
Yeah, but if you don't have that hand, then it's useless.
If I try to use any of these techniques, I would probably break my hand. But you can almost do anything when you have this level of hand conditioning.
The other thing is you can attack your opponent in angles he even don't know and realize from where it comes. The conventional angles, like in boxing, we all know.
Yes.
But even if I'm here, you do something.
Okay. Yeah.
That is a different angle.
Yes.
And up.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Smash me right there.
Or even if I'm here, I smash you here direct on the point.
Yes.
With that monkey hook.
Yeah.
That one. It is only authentic and applicable if you have the body weapon.
And that's why you started with the conditioning.
And that makes the monkey kung fu style the hardest style in Chinese martial art. The next hardest martial art style, what you know, is Thai boxing. Because they have that condition.
Yeah.
We have that also. Always when you see the monkey, he's pointing one foot up.
Okay.
He is blocking in that direction or in that direction. His techniques is also involved in the monkey style with the knee.
Oh.
You see that?
Yeah.
And look.
Yeah.
What is that?
Like a Thai boxer.
And look at this.
Oh, yes, exactly.
Look at this, because the gloves.
Yes.
But actually is...
Wow.
And that shows, because it's in Thai boxers, they're Hindu. And the Hinduism, they have the Hanuman.
Yes.
And they pray also to Hanuman. And there's even some deadly techniques they practice and also devote techniques to Hanuman.
And that is the monkey god.
And that is the monkey god.
Wow.
That is one thing.
So the connection goes back in history.
The other thing is, you know the wrestling in India.
Yes.
The Maharajas always practiced wrestling. Then it developed in England because the English earls and I would say lords, they practice wrestling. Bring that to England, it becomes catch wrestling. They know every lock and every submission. And now you can see both Hinduism, martial art. One is in India, one is in Thailand, they practice striking.
Right. Yes, elbows, knees, yes. Oh, that looks like the Muay Boran, the old Thai boxing.
Muay Boran, or even much more older, the Payahut style, which is also called the tree monkey.
Really?
Yes. Okay?
Wow.
And because they even climb on somebody and give that.
They do, they're climbing techniques.
And that is a monkey style.
Oh, so that's like the monkey
It
climbing.
is a monkey, is a monkey style.
Wow.
And then we have another style in India. They do only the wrestling.
Yes.
So you have down and up separated. One in India, one in Thailand.
Yeah.
When you put these together, you have the very beautiful monkey boxing style. When we fight, I will first give you something.
Something to grab, like I want to grapple you?
Yeah. And then look, I will take that. I will snap first that. And kick your face. Look, I will kick your face.
Okay.
And then look at me.
Yeah.
I have that.
Oh,
inverted
right.
heel hook.
Yeah.
I do this.
Okay. And that's the monkey.
Yeah, look at this.
Ah, so we have that in the form.
Now you know. And that form, I can show you again in another angle. Look, we go this way.
Okay.
Yeah. If I want to attack you suddenly and dangerously, I will bring you back and I will attack you like that.
Oh, okay, yep. And snap the neck.
That is again here.
Same move.
You know that.
Yes, 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 right, exactly.
And you know that. Look at this. And look at this. Look at me now. No, look at me.
Okay.
Look at me.
Oh, yep, yep. Oh, the fingers.
Sometimes they do this.
Fingers in the eyes?
That is the grab and that is the stab in the eyes.
Yeah. So the same movement has several applications.
Yes, please sit down.
Okay.
Look at this. One, and here it is again.
Oh, wow.
that is again there. It's that move.
Yes.
And we have a lot of these. Even if I do this.
Okay.
Wrist lock me.
Okay, like this?
Yeah, you can grab and look what I do.
Oh, you smash my fingers. Okay.
I smash the fingers and then I apply a technique where I can go back again.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
If I'm here.
Yeah.
Okay, you do.
I smash the fingers.
Yeah.
Then I go here. I grab this.
Look at this. In the monkey style, we don't use the thumb to grab.
Really?
No.
Okay.
That is like in Greco-Roman. We do this.
Ah, right. That's why you do these moves.
If you grab.
Okay.
Now the attack is coming.
Yeah. Oh.
Oh. Look at me.
Yeah.
Here.
Oh. Yep, yep, yep.
So that goes actually to the vital point. Sometimes when I do this movement, people, they don't understand. And when I do this movement, they don't understand. Even when I do this, this, people say, what kind of weird martial art is that? It's a hidden. Different level.
Yes.
And we have Ulu Ho-Chuen, the wood monkey, the stone monkey, the low monkey, the shy monkey, the drunken monkey. That is the 5 ways of the monkey. Mostly monkey king oriented.
Okay.
Then you have the Baiyuan, where you have much more rolling movements and bigger movements and powerful movements inside, in combination with breathing. And then you have the Jinho, the golden monkey.
Okay.
Which is only an internal art. That makes the monkey fist door a little bit different than other monkey kung fu schools.
And why is it called the monkey fist door? What is the meaning of the door?
In ancient time, when you enter a school, they have a door. And when you in that door inside, it is locked behind and nobody know what is going on inside.
I see.
A door is a school which is closed. No other people from the outside have an inside. As soon as you read there is a school with one kind of a door, then you know it is the original school, didn't change for generations and generations.
Okay.
They preserve something which is a treasure. That is the most important. And I'm very happy to meet you.
Yes, likewise.
And call you my friend.
Oh, thank you so much.
Yeah?
Yes.
So in the future, we can have a lot of good tea and exchanging of different skills.
Yeah.
Okay?
How about we have some tea right now?
That is a must. Let's go.
Okay, thank you.
To have a complete martial system or style, you need to emphasize these principles. Shou Yan Sen Fa Bu, Jing Sen Qi Li Gong. I will translate that for you in an easy way. So means hand techniques, how to develop your hand. You practice in boxing and fast grab something out of somebody's hand. Their hands, there needs to be not only fast, quick, strong, also they need to be very sensitive. You see my hand, touch it, very soft.
Yeah, I can see it also and I can feel it.
Yeah, and also very straight. The only thing what I cannot do, I cannot grab the small pinky because the meat here is, you see that? There is a gap. No? Because the meat here and the meat here is a little bit thick.
Yeah.
Here I can do it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that is my small hand, that grabbing one, and that is my smashing one.
Ah, so they have different purposes.
They have different skill. That is a different skill.
Okay.
And that is a different skill. Okay. Even the training method is a little bit, they differ a little bit.
Yeah.
So that is so.
Okay.
Yen is the second word what we need to have, and these are the eyes. The eyes are the first one, observe the opponent.
Yes.
The eyes must be quick and clear, because the eyes is connected to our brain and to our mind to give information.
Yeah.
You immediately can decide. Enemy, friend. Only by the appearance, the first appearance, what you observe.
Before you even cross hands.
No, there's even no cross hands. You see somebody, he got here a little bit thick.
Yeah.
And here a little bit like leather. And a little bit cauliflower, you know immediately, oh, he's a ground fighter. And you see here a little bit forward, that means he also do some boxing because he eat a lot of jabs.
Oh, yeah.
So you can see that very clearly. The other thing is the nose, no? That is very clear, no?
Yeah.
And this, our eyes can observe what kind of fighter he is. Then the next is his shoulder a little bit forward.
Yes.
Then you know, oh, he got fast hands.
Yeah.
Then you know his shoulder is a little bit fast. And then how he walks. Can he kick quick? This is the first thing what you're doing. You scan the in front of you.
Yeah.
And when you see he's very strong in every aspect, you make him as a friend. That is important.
That's the art of war.
That is, you don't want that enemy. You want these kind of guys always next to you and go to the war.
Yes, together.
Yeah, they come, we are going together. That is very clear. Yeah. And also the eyes, they make decisions. When you accidentally go into a fight, you can see the opportunities quicker.
Yes.
The eyes can also redirect the attention of you. You look down and hit up.
Yes.
Yeah. And you can see immediately with the eyes how his breath is. Open mouth or very calm and slow nose breather or nose in, mouth out. You can already analyze what kind of energy he is developing. When he's breathing in and now nose in and mouth out, we know immediately he is in the wind road. The wind road is a method what always people are practicing when they do fast movements. They can't breathe in the dantian and make another road, which is the fire road. The fire road goes from the nose in and goes downward to the dantian or the psychic center and moves upward on the opposite direction than the wind road. And at the highest point on sending, you breathe out. Fast movements implies wind road, like jogging. When you jog, you can't breathe in your dantian. It goes shoots immediately. The ego shoots immediately to the head and goes back. That's why you can move fast. Anaerobic movements. You can do boxing, sparring, all these kind of things. Wind already says is quick.
Yes.
Okay. The fire is developing for your energy, and you only can do that when you do the slow katas.
Yes.
Like the Qigong katas, and emphasize the expanding and contracting on your hara.
Yes.
Or we call that, you do the good kime breathing in Japanese terms. No? Actually, we only develop our psychic center and accumulate energy. Then you use the fire road. So yin sun. Sun is the third attribute. Sun means shanti, body. You need to develop your body. You need to be very flexible. That your internal organs are also function very well. Every movement will also massage your internal organs. And when your internal organs are massaged internally, not externally from somebody, you're healthy. You need to be flexible that you don't injure your spine. and other joints like your hips, your knees, and the ankle, and the shoulders, the elbow, and the hand. That means Shen. And the body should always be soft, like a dragon's body, because to have that kind of soft body, you can accumulate and circulate your energy. Okay? So, So, Yin, Sen, Fa, and Fa means method. What kind of style are you doing? Are you doing karate style?
Right.
Are you doing five ancestor style, white crane style, praying mantis, whatsoever? Because this method will help you to get what you actually want, your goal.
I see. Yeah.
Yeah. To become
the path.
The fifth one is the Bu. Bu is the Bufa, the footwork. When you see, for example, a very strong fighter, I give an example from Mike Tyson. His lower trunk and his ability to move as quick and change angles was amazing.
Yeah.
Even for his size. So a fighter with a very stable trunk is very difficult to move. And when he's also quick in his feet, is very difficult to catch.
Yeah.
And all the power which are generated in your fist have actually the root on the foot. We say we're borrowing the power from the ground. These are the 5 recommendations what we need to consider. And when we see a Western boxer, he got the hands,
right?
He got the eyes. He know when to hit, and he got the body very well developed. No, good muscles everywhere. No, then he got the method, different kind of combination, and he got a good footwork. Next chapter are the 5 internal principles. Jing, Sen, Qi, Li, Gong. Jing means the essence. What kind of person you are, what kind of body structure you inherit from your parents. That is manifested in the essence. Are you short? Are you tall? Are you athletic more or very skinny and tiny? And that will define what person you actually are, what you are built of. This is the Jing. The other 5 before, the Jing, with the eyes, and that you can build.
Yes.
Even a person who is not, I will say, a talent can be built too. But the Jing, that is inherited from generations and generations, from your family scroll to you.
Yeah.
Okay? And that is, you can't build. It is there. Shen is the spirit. The spirit in martial art is there, already there. But how to awaken that kind of spirit? Our martial way will help us to emphasize the internal spirit which exists, to let it bloom out of yourself. You will learn the discipline and all the codex. This is what you do and this is what is not allowed to do. What we have in the Buddha way or the Bushido way, the art of the warriors, this warrior spirit. That our ability is only for the good. Where you go, in what kind of area, you go into a restaurant, actually you can see, you position yourself in a good seat already because you don't want something that's behind.
Right.
And then you have the vision, because where you are, then it's safe for everybody. That is your responsibility as a martial artist. You can see, ladies and gentlemen, actually you are safe because I'm here. Yeah. And if you see another guy, he's also very strong. You say, yeah, you too, now you're a team. Something happened, you work up as a team. Yeah, I said already, don't make enemies, only we go together. Qi is the next one. Now we come to the Qi.
The ki in Japanese.
The ki.
Yeah.
Yeah, the ki. That is very important, that you do exercises with breathing. You are equipped with a certain amount of Qi, only for your life being. And Qi is not only breathing exercise, Qi is everywhere. You need to be very clear that the energy, what we are, or the air, Qi means also air, is not only air. There are more agents inside. Even the old Egyptians, they know that kind of knowledge, that air is not only air. And when you do your movement, you can feel actually how you can swim in the air. You can, even when you do this kind of, you can touch it actually. You cannot see it, but you can touch it. That is here. Then the next is Li. Li is physical power. A martial art skill without physical power is very, I will say, not very effective.
No.
Yeah. So you need to build up a certain amount of power to make your martial skill more effective.
Yeah.
A lot of people say, "Oh, don't use your mind. Don't use brute force. Use your mind." Like in the Tai Chi world. That is a misconception. That is correct what they say, but how people read that is totally wrong. You can see the old Tai Chi masters. Do they look weak? Yang Chenfu, the founder of the Yang family, he had his nickname, the Invisible One. I don't think if you're in old China and you are a fighter and they give you the nickname the Invisible, that you're weak.
No.
You must be very strong. Even his young nephew, Yang Luchan, he was over 190 centimeters tall.
Really?
And his weight was over 130 kilogram heavy.
Wow.
Is the big guy, you know, when you see the Yang style Tai Chi old pictures, I think that kind of, I would say, elephant, whatever he's doing, he can promote every style. Because he's so strong, he looks like a sumo wrestler. And that also shows, my goodness, when it comes to fighting, you don't have muscles, you don't have power,
Yeah.
you're weak.
Yeah.
And that is also the misconception of martial art people. You need to know how to wrestle yourself out of different situations.
Yeah.
That is very important.
Yes.
Yeah. Not only by touching and say in 3 days you're dead. That is utopia. The last attribute, what I will also say from these 5 internal keywords, is the gong. Gong like in Kung Fu.
Yeah.
Gong means also how much Gong, martial gong, have you invest. Like Wushu, martial, and Gong. That means what kind of ability you have. Are you deep-rooted? Are you loose? Can you open and can you close your muscles and tendons and fascias? That is the Gong, where martial artists are actually categorized. That's why only when you perform your form, they can read this already, how strong your Gong is. And they analyze again, like they're scanning your body weapons, your body structure, your power, your spirit, what all is inside. Gong also means how much effort you put in your training. Are you training every day? Or 1 or 2 times per day?
Or 1 or 2 times a week, like most people.
If you train like that, you will gain nothing. And you are a slow learner, is not because you can't grab it, it's because you're too lazy. I consider myself as a slow learner. Even I practice every day. And I'm very lucky that I have the chance to learn different styles in my life, and different information came to me through elder masters. You are a master.
Oh, no.
Okay. Yeah, that is very, of course you are. You have the opportunity to travel around, to research, to investigate, to look and develop your own karate style. What I'm already very, very curious about in the future, because I see your development. I see you already.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, but a lot of people, they don't like you and still follow you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that is also what I see in the internet world, in the social media, and especially the enemies. They always follow you because they are the one looking for some weak points.
Yeah.
No, don't care about them.
No.
Only be sure. Don't care and talk about how a man should be. Be first one. That is nothing more to say. Okay? I'm done.
In today's video, we're diving into some of the best home security gadgets you can get right now. Smart, affordable, and easy to use. Whether you're living in a big city apartment or a quiet rural home, there's something here that can step up your security game. Let's get into it. The Mayor's Road Blocker is a powerful security platform that sits flush with the ground when not in use, blending seamlessly into its surroundings. Steel spikes deploy to instantly halt any vehicle, providing robust protection against potential threats. With a button press from 160 to 330 feet away, the platform transforms in just 1 to 3 seconds when a criminal's vehicle is detected. This rapid response ensures threats are stopped quickly and effectively. While the platform often features a color signaling its threat level, a less flashy, discreet design is available to maintain a low profile while still delivering powerful security. The system performs reliably in harsh weather, whether freezing or scorching, and can be installed nearly anywhere except the coldest regions on Earth. You just have to switch it on yourself, and it's not too challenging, especially when a criminal's approaching your property in a car. When fire breaks out in very tall buildings, it can often cause additional problems that conventional fire escape routes aren't able to cope with. High-rise fire escape systems offer an alternative escape route for people trapped many levels above the ground. They provide a range of entirely self-contained lowering systems which can be adapted to rescue people from any height of up to 100 floors, using a controlled descent device that adjusts to the user's weight and lowers them down to earth at speeds of between 1 and 1.5 meters per second. In the event of an emergency, the harness allows for a controlled descent to safety via a window, balcony, or other opening to the outside without the need for external assistance or any training. The cable is fire retardant, and the system is capable of functioning in wet conditions. The special harness also makes the system suitable for the disabled. The system can be installed in any type of building without the need for structural alterations, as well as incorporated during new build planning. To protect against active shooter situations, this portable, full-body ballistic shield offers rapid defense, deploying in seconds. Concealed within a rugged 1000D Cordura nylon carrying cradle, it provides up to 2,000 square inches of ballistic coverage, safeguarding vital organs and extremities. Built with advanced Kevlar materials, it's tough enough to stop common handgun rounds like .357 Magnum, .44 Magnum, 9mm, and .45 hollow points. For ease of use, the shield deploys instantly and reassembles in under a minute with a 3-clip system ensuring secure closure for transport. 3 grab handles and a foothold help keep the shield steady and in place while you move or take cover, making sure it stays between you and the threat. The bullet blocker is available in 3 sizes to fit different users and comes with a padded ergonomic handle for added comfort during transport. This discreet-looking bedside safe grants you quick access to your handguns while safeguarding it from unauthorized users. Constructed of heavy-gauge steel, the Night Guard weighs 18 pounds and measures 12 inches long, 10.5 inches deep, and 3 inches high. Interior dimensions are 9.2 inches long, 6.9 inches deep, and 2.2 inches high. It's big enough to accommodate most full-sized handguns. A digital clock display is protected by a tempered glass panel. The clock helps the Night Guard look right at home on the bedside table. Pre-drilled holes enable the Night Guard to be secured to a hard surface so it can't be easily stolen. To further deter the theft of your safe, the supplied 1,500-pound rated security cable enables you to secure the Night Guard to a stationary object. The Night Guard's access keypad can be used to open the safe if an RFID tag isn't on hand. USB charging ports enable you to charge your phone or other electronics with the Night Guard, making it as practical as it is tactical. Like the clock, the charging ports help disguise the fact that the Night Guard is first and foremost a gun safe. The Rapid Safe Night Guard costs $330. Coming in next on our list is one of the most powerful, less lethal guns, the Salt Gun. Forcefully shoots rounds at up to 350 feet per second, causing severe impact distress. Instead of bullets, Salt Gun fires small rounds filled with a powdered chemical that explodes on impact, delivering the same kinetic energy as being hit by a 50-mile-per-hour fastball. Salt states that their gun's chemical compounds are more potent than those used by the Department of Homeland Security and the U.S. military. The shots contain the active ingredient oleoresin capsicum derived from ghost peppers. This chemical causes disorientation and breathing difficulties. Contact with exposed skin will also create intense burning sensations on sight. As horrid as these effects seem, they'll not cause permanent damage, and the effects last for only 30 minutes. It features a 5-round magazine, and the 8-gram CO2 cylinder provides 25 shots. The gun is accurate up to 150 feet, which obliterates the range of more traditional pepper sprays and tasers. Its usability, lack of recoil, lack of lethality, and area of effect will be enticing for families and those who wouldn't feel comfortable using a live firearm. Ever felt a tad uneasy in your hotel room? Thinking about who else might have a key or someone picking your lock? Well, worry no more. With this nifty gadget, your privacy and security are in your hands, literally. Using it's a breeze. Just pop it in the lock and voila, your door is jammed up tighter than a drum. No one's getting in, even if they've got the key. The device can be used on pretty much any hinge door that swings inward. The Adelock portable door lock is also TSA approved, though it might raise a few airport security eyebrows. For those of you who live out of a suitcase moving from one place to another, this little device is a game changer. It's peace of mind that fits in your carry-on and doesn't break the bank. Speaking of which, you can snag one for just about $18. That's less security than you'd spend on a round of lattes. The Pepper Blaster 2 from Kimber. It's a Derringer-style pepper spray launcher that's an effective option to your force response level for self-defense. When I say Derringer style, I use the term loosely. I'm referring to the fact that the Pepper Blaster 2 has 2 barrels in an over-under configuration that's shaped roughly like a handgun, and that it's a relatively compact unit. The gun only weighs a few ounces and fires an OC-based semi-liquid under pressure. A blast of compressed gas forces the OC mix out at approximately 90 miles per hour with an effective range of 13 feet. Each barrel fires a single shot of OC, so you get 2 shots from the tool. While that may seem unnecessarily redundant since the OC mix is so effective at disabling an attacker, accurate delivery isn't always assured. With a price tag of only $39.95, the Pepper Blaster 2 is a highly effective pepper spray gun that's also light and compact enough that it can be conveniently carried by dropping it in a pocket or purse. Next up, we have an innovative blend of a gate and a security barrier designed to shield your home from potential intruders. Using vertical lifting and lowering technology, Fency Fence combines the functionality of a gate and a barrier. When raised, it acts as a sturdy barrier or fence. When lowered, it serves as an access gate, providing both security and convenience. The gate's mechanics are cleverly concealed under covers and below ground where temperatures remain stable. This design enhances its resilience in cold conditions, keeping the system fully functional regardless of freezing weather. Moreover, Fancy Fence remains operational even during power outages. When equipped with a battery, the gate can be opened and closed 5 to 10 times without needing a recharge or network connection. If no battery is available, the gate can still be manually operated using a handle, ensuring access is never compromised. Unlike conventional ground gates and barriers, Fancy Fence's vertical movement system allows it to occupy significantly less space. This makes it an ideal solution for properties where space is limited, providing both security and efficient use of area. A highly effective defense tool, the Intruder Buster stops intruders in their tracks. Designed as a hidden trap, it can be a concealed device with a trigger or an inconspicuous unit mounted on a house wall, safeguarding the property discreetly. The device features tripline activation and is designed for outdoor mounting between buildings, hedges, or room entrances. Once triggered, it releases a cloud of pepper spray, disorienting intruders, allowing police to detain them quickly or forcing them to flee the area. Rather than relying on cutting-edge technology, the system uses a simple canister containing 10% OC. Beyond spraying a pepper mixture, the device combines it with a flashing siren. The loud sound draws attention, helping to quickly detain the intruder by alerting others nearby. Discreet firearm storage is a trend among gun owners. From art that holds a handgun to coffee tables that hold a few guns, there are a lot of unique ways to keep your guns hidden in plain sight. But in my opinion, the most nondescript is this full-length mirror from Tactical. No one expects a mirror to have a hidden compartment. It has plenty of space for a long gun, handguns, and other valuables. You can access those items quickly. The door slides open when the magnetic lock is unlocked. The biggest downside is that it's not easy to install and you have to cut a hole in your wall. It's also important to note that this isn't a safe and it won't keep a determined person from accessing your valuables. But if you're okay with that, this is a great option for storing firearms. Described as the world's first zombie-proof home, this slate-colored fortress was designed by KWK Proms. The exterior walls of the safe house can cover every aperture to create a seamless box, closing the entire property off from the outside world should the need arise. Concrete doors sit on hinges and can be opened to let the daylight in when the coast is clear. Surrounded by impenetrable concrete walls and a gate, any intruders that manage to get into the grounds will enter a restricted safety zone, the perfect spot to unleash a surprise attack. The safety zone is policed by a clever, retractable drawbridge that can be lowered to allow entry. When raised, the bridge forms part of the property's tough outer shell. The nifty device also offers direct access to the roof, offering the ideal means of escape. Other movable elements include large shutters that range up to more than 11 feet in length, giving an extra layer of protection to the home. These security features are operated by built-in electronic engines, which can be controlled from inside the safety of the house. The home's exterior facade can even be removed to create a sealed courtyard or a fortified wall to surround the entire property and its grounds. If a zombie attack is impending, we know exactly where we want to be. Next up, we have an app-controlled lock 10 times stronger than a deadbolt with additional modifications that optimize its performance to keep you and your loved ones safe. The Haven Connect lock is designed and tested by U.S. Special Ops veterans, so it operates way beyond the capacities of an ordinary lock. It's app-controlled and easily mounts at the base of your door in just a few moments, delivering 10 times the strength of a deadbolt. The lock works by reinforcing your door with a flexible locking wedge that pushes back, so if an intruder was attempting to break in, it'd use the momentum and force of their own attack to keep them out. All you need to do to engage the lock is step on the pressure-sensitive locking pedal or use the companion app. The app also allows you to conveniently send digital keys to visitors, monitor who's coming and going, and more. You can also receive forced entry alerts, and rest assured the lock's technology is safe from hackers with DoD-level encryption. Did you know the average burglar takes only 9 minutes to rob a house? They usually check common spots like nightstands and closets, but won't think of unscrewing air vents. A dead ringer for a vent, this sneaky wall safe won't stand out from any of the other air supply and return grills already in your home to help regulate airflow. This nifty Bond-inspired gadget comes completely assembled, so all you have to do is make sure the internal batteries have enough juice, cut a hole in the drywall, drill the 4 included screws, and you're ready to start concealing. Simply place your RFID card over the sensor in the top center area, and the safe will automatically unlock. If you're in the market for a cool way to keep your items safe, but aren't necessarily thrilled by this option, we have plenty of other affordable options for you.
Technology is growing fast, and some gadgets stand out because they're not allowed. Even though they're banned in many countries, you can still buy them online, like on Amazon. Links of all these gadgets are in the description below, so let's get started. Number 30, Uniden R3. This radar detector is designed to notify drivers of nearby radar signals, potentially helping to avoid speeding tickets. It boasts long-range detection and advanced filtering features, However, radar detectors are illegal in passenger vehicles in certain areas. Additionally, they are prohibited in commercial vehicles over 10,000 pounds across the country. Given these laws, it's essential to verify the regulations in your area or any areas you intend to visit to ensure compliance. Unauthorized use of radar detectors may result in fines and other legal repercussions. Number 29. Uzimo Super Sensitive Listen Through Wall. This handheld audio device is as simple yet powerful as it gets, allowing you to hear conversations through walls and other barriers. Thanks to the development of wall wiretap technology, this is now a reality. Highly sensitive, this gadget can pick up conversations from a distance, and it's discreet and easy to operate, making it perfect for undetected information gathering. However, it's important to remember that using this device without proper permission is illegal. Always be aware of the legal implications and use it responsibly. While you may find this banned gadget on Amazon, using it carries serious risks. Number 28. Wi-Phone. A phone that might remind you of classic button-based devices. Not exactly. The Wi-Phone is built for those who value hacking, independence, and privacy. Lightweight and compact at just 3 ounces, this gadget still manages to offer impressive features. For starters, it lets you make calls without needing a SIM card. All you need is a SIP account on a compatible platform and a Wi-Fi connection to talk endlessly. It also features a flexible daughter board that can be customized and turned into tools like a music studio or an RC car controller. With up to 8 hours of talk time and programmable buttons, the Wi-Phone combines practicality with creativity in a one-of-a-kind package. Number 27. Ballistic Dart Launcher. This dart launcher combines a sense of nostalgia with modern fun, offering a thrilling experience that takes you back to childhood adventures. This device shoots sharp, high-speed darts with impressive accuracy, reaching up to 7 feet, making it a great choice for some exciting recreation. Designed with ease of use in mind, it also comes with a built-in safety feature to ensure a fun and safe experience. The darts are made to stick to different surfaces, adding extra versatility to the gadget. Number 26. Topdon Thermal Camera. This handheld infrared device features a TISR resolution and a high-resolution display. It has a 12-hour battery life, supports PC analysis and video recording, and comes with a 16GB SD card for storage. While thermal imaging cameras like the Topdon TC004 serve legitimate purposes in areas such as building inspections, electrical diagnostics, and medical evaluations, they also pose significant privacy concerns. These devices can detect heat signatures, potentially allowing users to see through walls or into private spaces without permission, which raises ethical and legal issues. Additionally, they could be misused to invade privacy by capturing images through clothing or barriers. Number 25. Pavashot Stick Shot. The Stick Shot by Pavashot is an advanced self-defense tool, proudly designed and assembled in the USA. This non-lethal device launches a 6-foot-wide cloud of Pava powder with a range of up to 50 feet, allowing you to protect yourself from a safe distance. It's effective in all weather conditions, whether it's freezing cold or sweltering heat. One of its standout features is the multi-safety mechanism that prevents accidental firing, ensuring safe handling. Reloading is quick and easy. Just replace the cartridge and you're ready to go. The Stick Shot offers a reliable, non-lethal means of personal protection. Number 24. Multi-Pick Kronos Lock-Pick Gun. These devices work by using an electric system with mechanical pins to unlock items without needing a key. While their efficiency has made them popular, it has also led to their misuse and thefts, raising concerns about their availability online. Many discussions highlight the ethical implications of their use, focusing on the tension between providing convenience for professional locksmiths and the security risks posed by unauthorized access. These debates often center around the need for regulations and responsible ownership to prevent misuse and safeguard against potential harm. Number 23. Gun Lighter. This is a fun little gadget made for grilling, camping, or lighting candles. It has an adjustable jet flame and is advertised as windproof, making it perfect for outdoor use. While it's usually legal to own and use such a lighter, there are situations where it could get you into trouble. For example, some people have been caught with butane torch lighters during drug-related searches, which raise suspicions. That said, just having a butane torch lighter is generally not a reason for the police to search or arrest you, but if it's found found with other suspicious items, it could lead to questions about possible criminal activity, so be smart and use it safely. Unless, of course, you want to start a hot conversation with the authorities. Number 22, WF-113 Spy Camera Hidden. It is a spy camera disguised as a power outlet extender, offering 2K resolution and Wi-Fi connectivity. This sleek device serves as both a wall charger and a hidden surveillance tool, providing discreet monitoring for those seeking additional security. Its adjustable tilt angle allows you to customize the camera's field of view, ensuring it captures the most important areas. The camera also includes night vision for clear video, even in dark environments. While the WF-113 is convenient and highly functional, it raises significant ethical concerns around privacy. Its ability to monitor spaces without detection can lead to misuse, potentially violating individuals' privacy by enabling unauthorized surveillance. Number 21. Flashing police lights. The lights are designed to enhance vehicle visibility during emergencies or adverse weather conditions. Each unit measures 7.16 inches in length and houses 16 high-intensity LEDs, ensuring your vehicle stands out both day and night. Equipped with 16 LEDs per unit, these lights provide bright illumination to make your vehicle noticeable in various conditions. The lights offer 18 selectable flash patterns, including pulsing and alternating sequences. While these strobe lights can be beneficial for volunteer vehicles, trucks, and other emergency response units, it's important to note that the use of such lights is regulated in many areas. Unauthorized use of emergency vehicle lights can lead to legal consequences. Number 20. Voice changer device. This compact device changes your voice in real time, providing a fun way to add anonymity or amusement to your daily chats. If you need to avoid a credit card collector or surprise a friend, this gadget has you covered. With a user-friendly interface, it connects easily to most smartphones and computers, offering various voice effects. You can also adjust the pitch for a more personalized sound. The device helps reduce background noise, making it perfect for content creation, gaming, or entertainment. This voice changer is a useful and enjoyable addition to your tech gadgets. Number 19. PB4 SPOSA Pistol. This kit is designed for close-range personal protection, making it a great option for security and law enforcement professionals. The lightweight barrel-less PB4 pistol weighs less than 1 pound when unloaded, making it easy to carry. The kit includes different types of non-lethal rounds, such as stun, marking, and tear gas cartridges to suit various situations. Measuring 5.25 inches in length, 1.5 inches in width, and 4.75 inches in height, the PB4 SP is compact and easy to use. It also has an integrated laser for accurate aiming, powered by an internal battery that activates the system for firing. This ensures that only the right cartridges work with the pistol, adding safety. Number 18. Housebell Listening Device. Listening device is built with a powerful parabolic microphone that makes it easy to pick up sounds from far away. It's designed to capture audio from as far as around 91 meters in the right conditions, making it great for long-distance sound detection. The parabolic dish works by focusing sound waves, so you can pick out specific sounds even in noisy surroundings. What really sets this device apart is its ability to zero in on a particular sound while reducing background noise. While it's perfect for activities like bird watching or learning about nature, it also comes with some serious privacy concerns. Because it can pick up conversations from such a long distance, it might be misused to listen in on private discussions without permission. Number 17. GF07 Mini GPS Tracker. Mini GPS Tracker is a compact and controversial device that's available on Amazon. Reminiscent of gadgets and action movies, like the GPS tracker in the French comedy Taxi, this tracker allows users to discreetly place it in various locations, such as on bicycles, under car bumpers, or even carry it with you. It can be particularly useful for seniors and children who may wander. Weighing just 7 ounces, this tracker can run for up to 6 days on a single charge. To get started, you simply insert a SIM card and use Google Maps to track its location. It also features a call function for real-time situational assessment, offering about 180 minutes of talk time in COL mode. However, it's important to note that using this device for unauthorized tracking may be illegal in certain regions. Number 16. SubUNN High Power Blue Pointer. This laser pointer brings to mind the legendary battles between Jedi and Sith, but it's no toy. It can be extremely dangerous if misused. With enough power to burn through a folded yoga mat or a shirt, this device requires careful handling. The seller describes it as ideal for hunting, hiking, and stage lighting, with an impressive range of 5 to 6 miles. It can also be used as an emergency signal. The beam thickness is adjustable, and it offers various operating modes to suit different needs. However, safety is critical. Without proper laser safety glasses designed for the correct frequency, this laser can permanently blind you, even from its beam reflecting off a shiny surface. Users are strongly advised to wear protective goggles and keep the device out of children's reach. The pointer also includes an electromagnet with remote control functionality for added convenience. Number 15, round handcuff key. The Pocket Key universal round handcuff key is a compact tool designed to quickly and efficiently unlock standard handcuffs. Measuring approximately 4 inches in length and featuring a clip for easy attachment, it's marketed as ideal for law enforcement, security personnel, and tactical users. While handcuff keys are legal to possess in most states, some jurisdictions like Florida have specific restrictions. Carrying such a key without proper authorization can lead to legal issues. Individuals in custody might use a handcuff key to free themselves, potentially leading to charges of escape or attempted escape. Carrying a handcuff key concealed on one's person can raise suspicion among law enforcement, especially if the individual is not a law enforcement officer or authorized personnel. Number 14, Distika Dather watch. This distinctive watch resembles devices seen in Hollywood films. Beyond typical smartwatch functions, it offers custom firmware, games, and more. Its key feature is assessing the security of nearby Wi-Fi networks. It can simulate hacker attacks by scanning for Wi-Fi hotspots, selecting one, disconnecting all connected devices, and creating multiple fake evil twin access points. Additionally, the watch can be controlled from a computer without removing it from your wrist or pocket. By creating fake access points, attackers can deceive users into connecting to malicious networks, potentially stealing sensitive information. It's crucial to use such tools ethically and legally, ensuring they are employed only for authorized security assessments. Number 13, Destruct USB. Not sure if the factory reset on your computer's hard drive really did the job. This gadget can give you peace of mind. When you format a hard drive, it often just makes old data reusable, but doesn't guarantee that everything sensitive is truly gone. That's where the USB Destruct hard drive eraser comes in. It's designed to permanently wipe your files, providing a complete reset that leaves no trace behind. This military-grade device is perfect for securely erasing confidential files and sensitive data, so you can safely hand over your gadgets without worrying about what's left on them. Number 12, Hidden Spy Camera. This tiny DIY Wi-Fi mini camera offers surprisingly high-quality video and photo capabilities. It's incredibly convenient to carry around or leave at home to watch your pets. Despite its small size, it delivers impressive footage and superior quality. However, it's important to note that devices like these can easily be misused for unauthorized surveillance, which could violate privacy laws. In many jurisdictions, using such a device to secretly record others without their consent is illegal. Number 11, Security Tag Magnet Remover. This tool is designed to override security measures in retail stores, specifically targeting security magnets attached to merchandise. Normally, these magnets are deactivated at checkout, but if left on, alarms will sound when leaving the store, alerting security. A device available online, including on Amazon, claims to completely remove these security magnets. It's adjustable for various tag sizes and shapes, and includes an easy-to-follow manual. However, it's important to understand that using this tool to bypass store security is illegal and could result in severe consequences. Number 10, CRKT Provoke. This double-edged knife is sharper than your sense of humor, crafted from high-quality materials that even your mother-in-law would approve of. It's built to handle everything from slicing tomatoes to opening tough packages. The handle is perfectly designed to fit your hand like it was made for it. Definitely not like those homemade ones. We're talking sleek, ergonomic comfort. So, whether you're stirring up a little mischief or impressing the neighbors, you'll have a secure grip that lets you slice with confidence. Number 9, Spy Camera Glasses. We've got a gadget that'll make you feel like you're in a spy movie. Meet spy glasses with a hidden camera, perfect for capturing moments without anyone knowing. But before you start acting like 07, here's something to keep in mind. These glasses are not allowed in courthouses, and filming people without their permission transmission is illegal in most places. So while you can't become the next James Bond, let's stay within the law and respect people's privacy. After all, real spying takes a little more skill. Number 8. Night vision goggles. Optical devices like these binoculars enable users to see clearly in low light or complete darkness by enhancing the available light. They often incorporate infrared technology, allowing observation of distant objects even when there is no visible light. The sale and use of these devices are tightly regulated in many countries, with restrictions often limiting them to specific applications such as military or law enforcement, where usage is governed by strict rules. This raises ongoing concerns about balancing the advantages of such technology with ethical issues and the protection of individual privacy. Number 7. Ruco F11 Pro 2 Drone. The drone is a consumer-friendly model featuring a 6K camera, 3-axis gimbal, and a flight time of up to 70 minutes with 2 batteries. It includes features like 4K video recording, 10,000-foot FPV transmission, auto return, and beginner mode, making it suitable for both new and experienced users. However, drones with high-quality cameras can accidentally or intentionally capture images and videos of private properties. Drones with long flight ranges can also be risky if they malfunction or are used carelessly, possibly leading to accidents or injuries. In many countries, drones are regulated with rules about no-fly zones, altitude limits, and registration requirements. Failing to follow these regulations can result in legal consequences. Number 6. Pain Pen Stun Gun. A compact yet powerful self-defense device shaped like a pen for easy hiding. Despite its unassuming exterior, it delivers a strong shock to help deter attackers. Its slim and lightweight design makes it easy to grip or hide in a pocket or purse, while the sturdy metal clip ensures quick access when needed. A battery indicator light lets you know when it's time to recharge, and the included USB charging cable ensures you're always prepared. Backed by a lifetime warranty from Streetwise Security Products, this device offers reliable protection for about $40 on Amazon, making it a cost-effective and trustworthy personal defense option. Number 5. Lightsafer Stun Gun. This stun gun is trusted by both law enforcement and everyday users. With a powerful 1.02 million volts, this device will make any attacker second guess their actions. Rest assured, the safety switch prevents accidental discharges. The built-in LED flashlight lights your way, and its rechargeable battery and sleek holster keep it ready whenever you need it. Plus, Saber offers free training videos to ensure you use the stun gun responsibly. Stay protected and gain confidence with this dependable self-defense tool at your side. Number 4. Electric Shocker Ring. This device is designed for personal protection, disguised as a simple ring, but capable of delivering a powerful electric shock that can incapacitate an attacker, giving the wearer a chance to escape. Made from high-quality materials and rechargeable, the Electric Shocker Ring ensures you're always ready for self-defense. However, while marketed as a safety tool, its potent shock can cause serious injury or even death if used improperly or with harmful intent. Number 3. Fingerprint USB Flash Drive. Biometric USB flash drives, or fingerprint-enabled drives, are compact storage devices that let users access their data by scanning their fingerprints. While these devices were once viewed as cutting-edge technology, numerous governments have banned their use due to security issues. Despite this, they remain available on Amazon with prices ranging from $34 to $100 depending on the storage size. When choosing a USB flash drive, it's better to focus on security and encryption features rather than opting for flashy features like fingerprint scanning, as the potential risks may outweigh the benefits. Number 2. Car Key Grabber. Car owners should be aware. Statistics show that around 2,000 cars are stolen every day in the United States alone, and social media has contributed to the issue. This year, American TikTok users began sharing instructions on how to steal Kia and Hyundai vehicles, leading to an increase in thefts and attempts. The reason for this rise is that code grabbers, which make it easier for criminals to steal cars, are readily available online. Here's how they work. Normally, remote keys communicate with the car's computer by exchanging signals. The code grabber can intercept these signals and store them, allowing the thief to silently deactivate the alarm and, in some cases, even start the car. This can be done discreetly, even from a nearby car. Number 1. Flame King. It's a heavy-duty tool designed for outdoor tasks like weed burning, thawing pipes, and melting snow, offering 340,000 British thermal units with a self-igniting piezo igniter and a 6-foot hose regulator. While legal in many areas, its powerful flame can be dangerous if misused, potentially leading to property damage, personal injury, or legal consequences. Using it in unauthorized areas or for illegal activities can result in fines or other penalties. To use it safely and legally, it's essential to follow safety guidelines, including operating in well-ventilated spaces, keeping a fire extinguisher nearby, and adhering to local regulations. What's your take on gadgets like this? Let us know in the comments. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Hit that notification.
Well, hello, YouTube. Steve Patton with General Patton Bushcraft back with you, friends. I'm back out in the bush. It feels so good to be back out here, even though it's super hot, super humid. Maybe, hopefully, we'll get some rain. But I got another video for you guys. Today, I'm going to do a gear close-up of the Bigfoot Bivy. Stay tuned. You know, I got my favorite. We're going to cook this up. Chicken Alfredo pasta, 48 grams of protein. But I'm kind of excited to show you guys this Bigfoot Bivy. Paracord strands, double as fire tinder. Alerting whistle for contacting rescuers. Rescue signal reflective bag. Paracord for fixing loose or damaged gear. Multifunctional sleeping bag shelter. Retains 90% of thermal body heat. Paracord with strands for the drawstring. Nylon stuff bag. Resistant to tears and punctures. Emergency whistle. Producing 120 decibels. Durable, waterproof, windproof. The Bigfoot Bushcraft Bigfoot Bivy. Let's open it up. Bigfoot Bushcraft Bivy is your ultimate emergency shelter solution. Crafted with durable, weather-resistant materials, the Bigfoot Bivy is designed to keep you protected and warm in any survival situation. This compact and lightweight shelter is easy to carry and deploy, making it an essential addition to any emergency kit. With its reflective surface, the Bigfoot Bivy enhances visibility to rescuers in low light conditions, ensuring you can be easily located, whether you're facing unexpected emergencies or enjoying outdoor activities. Trust the Bigfoot Bivy to provide essential protection and peace of mind when you need it most. All right, let's open this thing up. In this plastic wrap like that. Boy, comes in a pretty small, nice nylon sack, nylon pouch. Let's go ahead and open it up. Inside of this is reflector, silver metallic reflective material. Pretty nice little sack. It's got this little hook if you want to carabine it to something on the outside of your pack maybe. Comes with instructions on how to make 3 different shelters, emergency tube tent, with some paracord. See how big this thing is. Wow, pretty nice, friends. High visibility silver metallic on the inside, bright orange on the outside. Alright friends, there you have it. Bigfoot bivvy. It's got one paracord ridge line down the middle. And there's your shelter. The Bigfoot bivvy. Have it. The Bigfoot bivvy. Let's get inside it. Oh, it's nice and warm in here, friends. Alright. Get in out of the rain. All right, friends, this is the Bigfoot bivvy. I hope you liked this video. It was easy to set up. I appreciate you stopping by the channel. I appreciate everything you do for your channel, for my channel. all your views, all your likes, all your shares, but most importantly, all your comments. All right, I finally got me a bivvy, broke down and got one. I like this one. It's super lightweight, easy to set up, and it's gonna do the job nicely, friends. All right. Before you leave the channel, please consider subscribing. If you subscribe, bang that bell icon. In that drop-down menu, do select all, friends.
So limitless and free. the King's Highway, baby. Where it seems inside the gold mine. Ride the highway west, baby. Ride the snake. Ride the snake to the lake, the ancient lake, baby. The snake is long, 7 miles. Ride the snake. He's old and his skin is cold. The West is the best. The West is the best. Get here and we'll do the rest. The blue bus is calling us. The blue bus is calling us. Driver, where you taking us? The killer I walked before dawn. He put his boots on. He took a face from the ancient gallery and he walked on down the hall. He went to the room where his sister lived and then he paid a visit to his brother and then he walked on down the hall. And he came to a door and he looked inside. Father, yes, son, I want to kill you. Mother, I want to. This is the end, beautiful friend. This is the end.